Welcome back to not short at all. This is just messy and long bonus episode of
RyCanTopMyKnee.
Your Voice Cracked.
Drag me.
Dang.
รายการต่อไปนี้
I'm Jonathan.
I'm Patrick.
Yes, you are, and I'm Kevin, and the Messy Trinity is back with our final episode of our bonus series covering season 2 of The Boyfriend, and it's been a ride. A ride.
I can't believe it's over. I feel like it just started like last week. And it's just like, nope, we're
Yeah,
done. I'm like, oh, okay, bye.
yeah. It whizzed by. It whizzed.
I feel like it was a good month. It was a nice, long,
Long enough.
Japanese sauna-filled month
I
Hmm
for
think it was
me.
stronger than the last season, to be honest,
hmm
overall. So I didn't
I
mind it.
agree. I agree. But we could talk more about that towards the end of this. So why don't we just go ahead and get into it? So, if you don't know, you should know already.
Now you know.
Yeah, you should know. We are talking about season 2 of Netflix The Boyfriend, which all episodes are available to stream on Netflix. Once again, this is an episodic review full of spoilers, and we are covering the final 3 episodes, episodes 13 through 15. And before we get into the Jobu of it all, open your hole and like the video and hit that subscribe button. Leave a comment if you're nasty and if you're unnasty.
Open your hole right here.
I always do leave a comment on the
I
video.
can't.
You do.
That's nasty, nasty.
Speaking of nasty, go down the nasty list of housemates, Jonathan, just in case people forgot who they dealing with.
The nasty list. All right. Oh, this is the last time we're doing this. The last time
I
we're
I
know.
saying all these
know.
boys, all these beautiful
Mm-hmm.
boys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay, we have Bomi, 23-year-old university student who's never had a boyfriend
Mm.
until the show. And then we have
Mm,
Hiroya, who is 29, art director, architect. Um, he was away on a business trip.
Not
Was he
this
really?
time.
Not
No,
this
he
time. He
was
came
he
back.
was a couple episodes back.
you gotta
Yeah,
update your
these boys be coming
notes.
in and out.
Yeah,
It's
in
true.
and
Um,
out.
but our little, 3D printing queen. Then we
Yes.
have
Christ.
William, 34-year-old IT project manager, Latin King from Barcelona. We love him. He's not from Barcelona, but
He was living there, right.
yeah, he was living there for a while. Um, and we have Jobu, 26-year-old marketing queen, who
Mm-hmm.
is getting a lot of screen time this second half of the
Hmm.
show. Love that for her, MVP of the show. We have
Mm-hmm.
next we have Hue, our favorite himbo, PhD,
Is he really a
26-year-old
himbo?
PhD going himbo. He was exhibiting himbo qualities
I
this
agree.
I
finale.
could
I
see it.
That's
agree.
how
I
I
could see
We'll
see.
it.
get there, but I
Because she was
agree.
I
acting
could
real
see it.
dense,
I
but
could see it. Yeah.
we'll get there. We'll get there. Then we
Yeah.
have Kazuyuki, 40-year-old telecom sales, grandpa of the house.
Who is this? Who is this?
Rude. I loved her. I loved her. She grows on you.
Oh,
Um,
that 15-year relationship. Yeah, no, legit. I was like, who is this? But yes, yes,
he was
yes.
Uh-uh.
gone for one episode. He was gone
He
for three
might have
episodes, I
been, he
guess.
might as well not even been in the show. They should have removed him from the poster.
Stop
No, I think
it.
everyone has their place.
Right.
Speaking of place, Isaiah, 32-year-old software developer. Then we have baby boy Ryuki, 20-year-old university student. We have Tomoaki, 31-year-old IT queen. Then we have, last but not least, our daddy from season one, Taehyun, 35-year-old
Mm-hmm.
designer.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. I mean, we have a star-studded list, I think.
Mm,
You know, everyone on this in this group is so different in many different ways.
Hmm.
Um, and now we're into episode 13. I don't know what day we're on. I just know a lot has been going on by this point. Um, and it is a day that they're going on an outing. This is where we left off with episode 12.
oh,
The
that's
last
right. Yeah.
couple of minutes, there were only five of them in the house by this point. And they were told to have two of them go out in a group of two and the other one to go off in a group of three. And as we remember, both Jobu and Hiroya wanted to go out with Taehyun, and Taehyun was like going through trying to
She
make
was
this
doing the
decision.
most. She was like, "Ugh,
It
which
was
one do I
so
Which
dramatic,
choose?
but
one?
then
Who?
yeah, and I
Ugh."
kind of got it a little later why he was going through it, and he chose Jobu. And you know, Jobu's sphincter
Oh,
twitched by the way he moved in his seat. I don't know if y'all
Oh
caught
my
that. I caught it.
God.
you
Leave
I
saw him
that
caught it.
girl
clench. You saw him
alone. Leave
clench.
that girl alone. Leave poor
I
Jobu
mean,
alone.
hey, listen, if the sphincter's moving, it's moving, okay? So were y'all
And
surprised that
no,
he chose Jobu?
No. I'd
I
be
no.
wasn't
surprised if
either.
he chose, yeah, if he chose
I'd be gagged if he
Hiroya.
chose Hiroya.
I know. I'd be
I
like,
would
what
have
are you
gagged.
doing?
I'd been
Yeah.
like,
I would
"There's
have
no spark there, and you know it."
no, I think they could be friends, and that's kind of it, you know.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And I will say, Hiroya is a sweetheart. I do think he wears his heart on his sleeve. And I
Mm.
do feel as the show progressed, I warmed up to him, you know, and I'm going to
Same,
leave it at that for
same.
now. So
Interesting. I did not, but
I know
we
We'll
you
can
talk more
didn't.
about him
disagree.
later. I mean, he himself talked about that he like it takes a while for everyone's on their own time, you know.
Yes, yeah,
I ain't got time
yeah.
for that. I'm busy.
Okay,
Oh,
so
she's
later
straight
that
to it.
day, Bomi, Tomoaki, and Hiroya are at the dairy farm because they're the group of three.
That was so
Oh, they
Um,
about to start
cute.
milking?
it was very cute. I thought they were going to milk cows too,
I thought
but
they were
they
gonna milk a
didn't.
cow. It was gonna
Yeah,
be
and
I
it
real
said
like
they were just
know.
feeding the
sexual.
cows, you
I
know,
love
and
cows. I was like, oh, it's so cute.
that is very Midwest of you.
I know I can't help it. It's in my
Have you ever
blood.
milked a
I'm just like,
cow?
look at the cow.
Have you milked a cow?
No, God, no, I'm not touching it.
No,
But I've
listen.
You've touched
Now,
talked to
worse.
them. I don't know
I
what you
mean,
are on today with me, girl, but you need to take a
Did I
step
lie?
back. You need to take a step back.
only thing I was gonna say is, as Patrick and I being Midwesterners through and through, I've been by a cow, but I've never
Yes.
milked a cow.
I've had the opportunity to milk a cow, and I'm talking about legit cow, everybody, not whatever
Right.
Jonathan's thinking of.
I know exact. I know. Like, I feel as if anyone, even if you're from Chicago, like, or Detroit, there was some time in your life, even as
There's a
a
cow in
young
your
buck,
life. It
Where there
showed
was
there was a
up.
just a
cow
titty
somewhere
in
in
your
your life,
face.
even if you're from this, because you know, like, I remember going on a little field trip to a farm.
Yes.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that. So
That's
Like
you've at
milk
cute.
the
least
I've
done
never
cow
done
is
that.
like,
that.
ew. Yeah, that's a very Midwestern thing. You've always gone on a field trip. There's a cow sitting there, and never all the kids are like
Yeah,
lining up to touch it.
right, right. And in this case, that's what Bomi Tomahaki and Hiroya were doing.
That's still like a cute little outing.
It
That's
was
cute.
cute.
Yeah, it
It
did
was
look
really
cute. Yeah,
cute.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It was really cute. And then we get to Jobu and Taehyun taking pics together. They're walking around.
Insta
Also,
baddies.
I don't know if you realize that they told us the date, and it was around April 2025 by this point.
Mm,
So
Hmm.
that means that they started filming late February, early March.
They lined it up so then the end of the show would be like spring and
Spring,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. New
Yeah.
beginnings, which is like legit a thing in Japan, so it is like actually
Yeah,
really
the
good timing.
I
Yeah.
Sakura.
mean later on,
Yes.
yeah, they're like the sakura
Not that
trees, yeah.
Sakura.
Yes.
You would throw that
Anyway,
accent on.
Taehyun then tells us that he chose Jobu because he wanted to understand his own feelings a bit more.
Mhm.
He
And
wanted
I
to
was like,
cop
oh,
another feel to really understand, yeah.
I don't know if he was trying to cop another feel,
I mean,
but
things were
also I think
copped
he
though.
was. But anyway,
They were horny bunnies this episode, were they not?
It's
mhm.
yeah, this episode.
So I was looking at that food. and that food looked so good. Do you know what they were eating, Patrick? Because I don't remember what it's called. It had
I,
something with
I,
it kind of looked like donburi, but I wasn't sure.
I don't remember. Were my eyes closed when I was doing? You have to remember, I'm watching this on my phone, like walking around the house
Yeah.
doing stuff.
Mm,
So
So I'm going to assume I don't know what's happened outside my house, but here we are.
and that it was some
I'm
good food. Yeah.
I'm going and I'm going to go ahead and assume that I hope whatever chaos that is done. But I'm going to go ahead and assume that, whatever they were eating was good because it looked good.
They're always eating
Um,
good food. The budget for food this season is like
it was budgeting.
non-existent.
It
oh,
was
Like
budgeting.
Netflix gave them money this year. It's like, oh yeah, you don't need to work that hard. The truck is just, we
the
don't care
truck
if you
is
make
just
any
for
money.
show because this time
Yeah.
they
And
had
it's
money to just buy meat, meat,
Poor,
meat.
who was it?
right,
Usopp? Poor Usopp. He could have had all the meat he wanted.
right. The chicken smoothies. Right.
Hmm.
So as they're sitting down and eating, Jobu brings up that first shift, and I'm like, can we not bring this up? Because it
These
was
two
just so
ruin the mood every time with each other. They're like so into each other, and one of them says something that like ruins them. Like, what's wrong with you
Literally, they're
two?
so into each other, and then their
Yeah.
conversations go nowhere because they're just talking about, yeah, when
Remember
I
when I
first met
hated you?
you,
Yeah.
it was so weird, but like now I really want to get to know you. And I'm like, okay. And then it
great.
just like jump cuts to like different scenes, and I'm like,
Hmm.
was there more to the conversation? Like they don't talk about anything
Probably,
else?
but
I
Apparently
was just kind of
not.
like, we didn't need to bring up that first shift where it was just
correct.
awkward.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um,
That's all they're talking about. Yeah.
yeah, and then Taehyun brought up when William and Isaiah left and Jobu cried. And he said like, and Jobu's going like, he didn't really cry that much. And we like, boy,
Like, girl, you was
you were
He
bawling.
sobbing.
sobbed. He would have thought he
Right.
lost a family member.
He said, "That's my
Right. The way
baby."
he was
Yeah,
going, he was doing a lot. And then Taehyun complimented how sweet Jobu's mom was for bringing the Oden. So
that's
all
true.
of these things, like really, what Taehyun was trying to say that the way that Jobu showed care and the way his family showed care, like that's what really kind of intrigued him and had him going back. Because he
Because
was
Taehyun
like,
didn't
this,
have that, right? I think he talked about it season one, like his family relationship was a little,
right,
Mm,
because his parents
yeah,
are divorced and
yeah,
his parents are kind of distant, but not
right. I
like not out of
remember.
his life. They're in his life,
Yeah, but it wasn't the
Um,
same.
right.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the same. Then back to Tomoaki, Bomi, and Hiroya. They get to go to the volcano. There we go. I wrote down like the sulfur,
The
whatever.
sulfur.
the
I was like, what
sulfur.
is this called? Because I saw the yellow kind of stuff coming
Y'all
out, and I thought of
literally,
sulfur.
y'all, let me tell you, it literally says see the sulfur. What is that called on the side?
Yeah, cause Tamaki was like, let me give myself like a little facial with that, and I was like, "Mama, girl,
Yeah, you
what's
don't
going
burn
on?"
your face. Like,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that.
Mm.
Um, and then they sat down at the little cafe close to the little volcano, and Bummy talked about how his relationship with Hue, and how they haven't said it, as in how they like each other. Like
Hmm.
Hue had already said, "I kind of think I like you."
It's so weird.
It's
Why
Yeah,
are
so
they bragging?
frustrating.
Yeah, but Bomi hasn't said it directly to Hue. Um,
Hmm.
and then Horoya mentioned how he is into Taehan, and if it is one-sided, he can't do much, but he's gonna say what he needs to say.
Which is the way to go.
Yeah, because and you know what? Later we kind of get an idea of why he did this because at first I'm like, you can say what you want to say, but I guess this was a part of Horoya growing and really trying to become more expressive with his
Hmm.
feelings,
Mm.
Like
because
even
that
if you
was
know it's not
something
gonna
that
go
he needed
anywhere, it's better to like
get
do
it
it for
off his
you.
chest. Yeah, and
Get
do
it
it for
Should,
off your
himself.
shouldn't you
chest.
kind of
Work it
read the
out.
room though? I mean, I agree with you all,
She
but it's
reads it
also like
later,
read the
but
room and like you don't gotta tell everyone your business. Like,
I
oh, is
mean,
that how you approach Kevin? You confess your love to everyone, even though if you know they're
No,
not
no,
feeling you
it's
anymore.
all
Oh,
situational
okay.
but
because
if you're on a
I'm also
dating
Mm.
reading the
show,
room.
if
Yeah.
you're on a dating show, I'd be
If
like,
you're on a dating show, move on. There's like seven other guys, and they're all looking
and I
for
know that there's
something.
2 weeks left. then I
Hmm.
know I'm gonna try to shoot my shot to
Yeah, but
get
No,
I
sphincter.
think at
I'm
this
gonna hook up with
point,
somebody else that's not with somebody. I'm gonna be smart and
Ooh,
and I think
strategic.
at this
she could have with
point,
Tomaki.
kind of like what Patrick is saying, like you already know that he's chosen Jobu at least a few times now.
Right. Like,
Clearly,
move
he's
on.
not that into you. So, and
She
you're
wanted
already
some
saying
screen
it's like
time.
one-sided. I mean, he's already saying it's one-sided.
Hmm.
Clearly, your intuition is telling you you don't have too much to take from this other than a friendship.
Right.
So,
And they
yeah,
can deepen that friendship while it's still here on the show.
of course. Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's as deep as it's gonna get. So later, Taehyun and Jobu are
Get deep.
sleeping over
They get deep
at a villa.
Oh my God,
in all
not
the wrong
deep.
Now,
ways. They get deep.
I was not expecting a sleepover kind of thing. I was like, oh,
I was
I
not
thought it
expecting
was
a
just,
sauna.
That
yeah.
sauna,
That
y'all.
And
sauna,
I
it
they
was
was,
jumped
like,
straight into that
yeah.
sauna.
And at this
oh,
point, I'm like, okay, so Taehyun is a verse. He has to be. Maybe he's a
A
soft
reverse top
top.
king.
Yeah.
Soft
I
top
was,
king.
yeah, I was like, maybe he's a soft top, but because
a
there's no way
soft top.
that there's no way that Jobu is a top.
Oh,
No. Oh my God, no, absolutely
No.
not. We all
No
know
our
way.
that.
pink sister.
No
No,
way.
you never
He's got
know.
like that. There's something about his face you just know not to because he's always like biting
He
his
got
lip or
bottom
something.
yearning eyes.
Yeah,
You
yes,
can
it's true.
literally,
It's true. Because
yes,
it's
and
mou-
you
I don't know
can
how to.
hear
Oh,
You
the
don't know.
Eden
Like
sphincter.
it's his
rivalry.
mouth
Bottom
too.
yearning eyes.
How he like is always like. I don't know how to explain. You know what I'm talking about, everybody?
Hmm. Yes, I know
Yeah.
what you're
He
talking
has that
about. And
face.
Mm-hmm.
people
Yeah.
mention it in the comments if you know what Patrick is talking about. But I can
Mm-hmm.
hear his sphincter through the TV. I
Oh
could
my
hear it.
God.
I can hear it. I know
But
I
that's
can
part of
hear
his
it.
Kevin has one
charm.
finger in
It
it. Like,
is.
It's
Like,
got. Don't be talking about one finger in it already. Did
not
we
a
ever see him with
finger.
two hands up? I would have to look back.
Yeah.
stop. See? Ew. No, 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 no. That's not what's happening. Put your hands up, Kevin. Put your hands up to the camera.
I
Don't
can't.
do
One of
Child.
it.
mine is stuck below.
Ew.
Mm.
Anyways,
Anyway,
yes,
now in that sauna, the
Taehyun
way
said, sit in between my legs.
he grabbed him, and I was like, oh,
I know. Oh my God, y'all. If a
oh.
man did that to me, I'd be like,
Isn't it hot as hell in there already? It's already like,
yeah,
I'd be like,
that's.
don't
Also,
touch
like,
me.
Taehyun is doing a lot of first moves that really
I was
surprised
shocked.
me.
He's
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
initiating. Yeah.
I was
he's
like, oh my
initiating.
God. I was like, I thought you were the princess. What do you do? Okay, I was like, wow, you're
Oh,
really
he
into
said, I'm
him.
gonna be the king today.
Well, he has like resting bitch face. So
Oh,
anytime,
Taehyun? He kind of
Yeah.
yes,
does. Yeah,
like
he kind of
he's always
does.
like,
Yeah, he always looks like he's pissed off at you.
and then 2 minutes later, he's like, come sit here. Or
Hmm.
he's like, come over to the bed.
And then
Um,
I was a little upset with that scene because it was way too short. I wanted to see more in that sauna.
Yeah.
Like they were on it for maybe a good minute and a half tops. It was very fast. And then they go to dinner, and then Jobu is like talking like a fan. And I'm kind of like,
this was
sir,
cringe. This was cringe.
I'm like, sir, we all saw the show before.
That's the last thing you want to say is like, oh,
Like,
I've
it's a
loved
little
you since season
weird.
one. Like, oh,
That's
this
what
is
I'm
so
saying.
weird
They
talking
they
to you
like
right now.
ruin the flow. Both of them do it. It's like every time they're like in the zone, one of them ruins it. I'm like, what's wrong with you
Yeah.
two?
And I'm like,
Like, just
Jobu,
keep your
what
mouth
is
shut.
If you
I
see
think
Taehyun just sitting there like,
Yeah,
Hmm,
because it's a little weird. And
it
part of
mm,
is
me is
weird.
like, we need y'all to have a real conversation.
Correct.
Like, instead of dancing around your feelings, like, we need it to be real. So anyway, later that night, Taehyun
he
and
needed to pull a
Jobu,
Isaiah. Like, the one time we
honestly,
needed an Isaiah
honestly,
moment. Yep.
honestly, and this is why I would say it again, and I've said it several episodes now. I respect the William Isaiah conversations because
Mm.
at least they were real. As
They
Yeah.
they
annoying
were
as it
too
was
real,
for
but they were
Isaiah to
real,
keep
and it's
I
bringing
needed.
up
feel like with this
talking about the
show
future,
though, there's always one of them that like talks and talks, and the other one's just like,
And the other one's like, mm.
I don't know. Let me like think about
mhm.
it for
Say
like
his
two
name. Wait,
months.
say his name.
I know. Oh my God.
Well, we'll get
That's
to
later.
that in
That's
a little
later. That's
bit. We'll
later.
get to that in a little bit. Anyway, later that night, Taehyun and Jobu are seated by the fire close to the villa, like outside. And Jobu talks about he didn't think they would get this close and he'd meet someone he'd want to be with. Again, it's like, yeah,
It's
we
like
get
nonsense
it.
conver it's
We get
nothing.
it.
Yeah,
And
Right.
like they're
then,
not saying anything substantial, just reiterating the same like, can't
right.
believe we're here together.
Yeah,
All
it's
right,
like,
how
yeah,
many
we
times are we gonna
can't
say
believe it
that?
either. Like,
Right.
we haven't been able to believe it for the past like four episodes. Anyway, then inside the villa, Jobu is resting his head on Taehyun's lap. Taehyun asked Jobu if he was interested in William before he entered the house while stroking Jobu's chin.
I
That
I
saw
was
don't know if
that.
y'all
cute. That
saw
was cute.
that.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
hmm And then Taehyun goes like, you don't have just one type because he and I, as in Taehyun and William, are pretty different. And Jobu then goes and says like they both have a similar kind of cute, playful side that you don't always get a chance to see.
Yeah, I think yeah, right here it was also like you see
It was
Taehyun just
very
like
surface.
yeah, like Taehyun was hoping for like a
Yeah.
deeper answer, like explanation on like what you think about me and how it's different with how you feel about me compared to William, and Job was just like, yeah, y'all both are, you know,
I think
you
he's
Yeah.
both
still
are like
nervous.
it.
I think it's camera. I think the
How you
cameras are
nervous while
messing
on
things
his
up
lap?
for Jobu. Yeah.
He's like
I
three
think,
glasses of wine down, and he's like on his lap, like nestling in
I
there,
well,
think
and
it's
he's
the
so nervous.
cameras because
I think it's the cameras.
they can't
Yeah.
be like 100% themselves. They're on camera. Like,
Right.
but I agree with you, Jonathan, where I'm just like, can you like just say what you mean? Because in the confessional, you be being like, nah, 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 nah. I'm like, just say it.
But there's something later that happens much later in this block of episodes that I get Jobu. I get it, you know. And this is where Jobu has to reconcile with that challenge, but we're not going to talk about that yet. We'll get there in a little bit. Um,
So much
but
to talk about later.
yeah, so much to talk about. So then like they get in that big ass bed
Mm,
and
the beds are pushed
they're
together
on
here,
opposite sides of the bed and then they move closer and they get real close,
and Taehyun's
literally
like,
on top of each
"Good
other.
night." He's like
Yeah, they start off with the
reaching,
like good
Mm-hmm.
night
I
and
saw
all of
that.
that,
but
and
he's
then
like, "Good
Taehyun's
night." Like, come here, good night.
come here, right? And I was so mad because you could tell they were kissing.
You could
That
I
hear
heard
it.
camera
it. The
angle, you
sounds
You
were,
couldn't
could
see
hear. I
shit.
listened. I was like,
You
let me
couldn't
turn my
see
volume
shit,
up. Click, 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 click. Yeah.
right? And I was like, I could hear it, and I'm like,
well, you wanted a
damn it.
die shun moment where they got like a full on 5 minutes of them making out in the.
Well, we almost got that later, which I was like, wow, that's very uncomfortable, but okay.
This was like on my ears because you can just hear them like. I was like, oh, this is
It's like, it's
I
like,
didn't.
dangerous.
I didn't mind it. I just wanted to see it. I didn't need to just hear
He
it.
said, pull the covers down. Come on.
I was like,
right? Who's
I was
doing
like,
that under
this.
the covers?
Well, they wanted it. They
Taehyun
wanted it to
didn't
be
want her.
toasty. They
Yeah,
wanted
she
it to
didn't
be
want her whole
toasty.
outfit.
We need another Allen. We just need a season of Allens where they're just there no covers. There won't even
Alan
be a
would have
bed.
been ready to show it all.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
would have to
yeah.
blur a little pixelated little
Sensor bar. Yep.
Not a
Yep.
blur.
a little
um.
lightsaber.
Mm.
Oh.
My
But
God.
in the talking head, they said that they didn't go all the way.
Right. We're almost there though, because you jumped ahead.
I know. I'm just saying
Mm,
they didn't
So,
smash. They didn't.
yeah. So at breakfast, Jobu and Taehyun are chatting. Um, and Taehyun kissed Jobu first. We found that out. And of course,
Again,
like Jonathan had
shocked.
said, they almost engaged in coital activities, but not quite.
No, no penetration
Right. And
on Netflix
Jobu
because that's
wanted to
wild.
go all the way in the morning,
No,
but
he
they
said
didn't get to that
he
point.
wanted another round in the morning. He said they had a
Right.
little something, but he wanted a little part two.
Right.
He wanted the left hand compared to the right.
Right.
Oh my
And
God.
and then they return home in time for lunch. Because again, that conversation didn't really give us much. It was the
No.
same, very surface thing. And then Jobu and Taehyun mentioned to the rest of the guys that they had a great time. Didn't look too much like Horoya was happy about that, did it?
I just don't get that. Like, just move on. What is
I
wrong
feel
with
like
you?
she's like not fighting for it, but she's also like hasn't given up at this moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a
Yeah.
weird
Because
mix.
there's nothing to fight for, but there's still the
Yeah.
wanting. So later, Horoya is assigned shift leader. I was shocked with who he chose, though. I was not expecting this.
It was like, oh, he's gonna chew Jobu out. Give him
Yeah, I
the.
really
I
thought he
was
was gonna be
worried for
like
poor Jobu. I was like, oh no,
Jobu.
Right,
my
right,
baby.
right.
He's gonna
I
be
was
like,
kind of like,
please give me a day with him. Like really
Oh
like
my God, that would have
asking.
been so cringe. Yeah.
And I don't
right.
know, but I'm
Um,
glad that didn't happen. Yeah.
I'm glad it didn't. And also, I was like, why does Taehyun have a band-aid on his face?
Oh, I didn't even notice.
I noticed.
Sometimes you nibble a little too hard in the bed at
Yeah,
Ooh,
night,
or I
so
ooh.
mean, I was
a little
thinking
chipmunk.
maybe he had a pimple that bursted and he didn't have a pimple patch,
Well,
so
when
a
that
band-aid was
blood
gonna
is
have to do.
rushing to parts of your
Mm,
body, it usually doesn't.
yeah.
Sometimes it's just
Sunburst.
sunburst.
At the truck. So by the way, at the truck, Hiroya and Jobu make over 6K. Um, their ramen looked really great. I almost wanted to have
Hmm.
ramen for dinner tonight, almost, because it looked so good. Hiroya mentioned that they had 1 week left in the house by this point. So I was like, oh, so it's
Finally.
like end of April by this
Hmm.
point.
Finally.
And Hiroya asked if he said, I like you yet, if Jobu had said it yet. And Jobu said he didn't say it to Will and can't say it unless he's really serious.
Which I
And he
feel like
said
he
he
said it to
might say
William.
it. I don't think he did. Yeah,
On
I
the
don't think he did.
couch? What was
I
that
don't,
conversation? Was it
but
not I
like,
like you? Or was
so
it I'm
like,
interested in you?
this is where like cultural understanding comes into play a little bit because I think the English translation is just a little bit simplified. Like, you can say it to like your friend or somebody, and it doesn't mean. I mean, think about it. Like, you tell your friends like I love you, and it doesn't mean the
Mm-hmm.
same. But it's like
Right,
if you say it to someone like you're kind of figuring stuff out with, like it holds so much more weight.
right.
So. I know they
Yeah,
Is it
and
like
translate
the
it as like, but like it's a little heavier than that if it's like with
mm,
someone you're really like trying to figure it out with.
yeah, and I don't think with William he said that to him in that
I don't know, I
way.
gotta go back. Someone put in the comments. But
He
Yeah,
yeah,
might
I
have,
don't
but it
maybe
is a
yeah.
spectrum. Like it's the same
yeah.
phrase, but it can mean literally I like, or like it can mean like, like
It's
It
all
could be I
based on
like
the
you as a person
context.
compared to like I like you romantically.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Right.
mm-hmm.
Right. And I got the feeling that Jobu was more with William was saying I'm more of like attracted to you, not necessarily like I'm in love with you at this point, you know?
Yeah.
Um and he said he might say it, you know, as he feels stronger this time than he did with William, right? And Hiroya doesn't know if he'll say it and tells Jobu that it's a bit awkward with Jobu there to explain if he will or will not. And I'm like, well, no shit. And you
Well,
invited
I mean,
him
you
on
brought
this
him out here. I
anyway.
thought this
Right,
whole thing was to conversate with this girl you're fighting with,
So
you're
right,
weird.
competing with.
Yeah.
right.
Um,
So it's like, anywho, back at the house, Jobu and Taehan are playing Go or Othello. I know it as Go, but I think
yeah,
in
I thought it
the,
was I was like, what's Othello? I was like, this looks
yeah.
like Go.
Do they
It's
call it Othello in Japan?
no, it's called Go in Japan too.
I don't know why
So
Netflix said Othello. I was like, what was
Yeah,
I
I
mean
was
it
very
is
confused.
Othello, but like they don't even call it. They call it Go. Isn't that the
Yeah.
Japanese way of saying it too? I
Yeah,
don't
and
know.
that's I think what it's called in Korea too. That's why I was
Yeah.
like, I was very confused. Anyway, Horoya sees them playing and excuses himself, thank God.
Yeah, go
again?
Um
Yeah, like I
away.
mean,
Go
at
cry
least
in your
she
room over your photos and
right.
3D
no.
print some tissue. I don't
I
know.
mean,
Christ, that man. You're
um
too gay for me. I need my photos and an exhibit. Oh my boy, bye.
and then Jobu and Taehan are being so cute playing this game. I don't think they even care who wins at this point.
they make a bet.
No.
And
They're like, if you like whoever wins gets to request something from the other person or
Yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
mm-hmm.
and then Jobu wins.
Yeah. And I noticed Tomoaki was over there kind of watching them as well, but not in a creepy way. He was like, this is so cute. Like the way we're
Mm-hmm.
watching.
Mm-hmm.
He just got to see it live. Um, so Jobu then says he wants Taehan to eat his homemade food, and Taehan's like, sure. So Jobu's gonna cook for him. And I'm like, I hope this girl can cook.
Same. I was like, oh, I hope this diva
Well,
can
we'll
cook.
talk about that later because I have notes.
It
Oh,
looked good. We'll talk
it
about it. We'll talk
did.
about
It
it.
did.
It
Um,
did? Dang, y'all don't know how to cook very well. Okay.
you tried it, but anyway, next day.
I'm like, we
Um,
both know how to cook. Excuse
I
right.
know.
you.
Thank
That's
you.
why
So
I'm
you
like, why
tried
y'all
it.
think it looks good? Because it didn't look good.
Maybe I was just hungry.
I think you were
I
being
was very
nice.
hungry. I was very hungry. I'll
I
say
was
that.
hungry.
I was
Next
full
day,
today, everyone. So, you know.
Full of shit.
Ryuki returns, which I literally forgot about him. I'm sorry. Like no
I didn't realize
shade.
she was gone. I was like, is she doing homework right now? What's good?
Yeah,
Leia,
I
she literally
forgot.
walked in
But
there and
he
was
did
like, "You're still here? Who are you?"
like I knew he left, but I had
I
completely forgotten
forgot.
about
I
him.
forgot he
Like
left.
it
I
is
didn't
so
realize he was gone for that long.
yeah, he was gone for a week and it's I feel badly because not saying that I would say compared to the other housemates,
Everyone else is like
he
trying. He's not trying to like get
I mean,
romantically
there's a reason
Yeah.
why
involved
he's
with
not,
anyone
you
because he's the
know,
youngest.
it's not just that, but
Like Kazuyuki had an actual reason that he's probably from the get-go, he was like, I want to get back with my ex.
Yeah.
we find out Ryuki's reason later, which it makes sense, you know. Um, we also then Ryuki gets in and it's like, oh, he asked about Hue, and they
And
all let
Hue
him
was waiting
know
for his
that
cue from production to walk to the door.
Yeah. They're like, "All right, you've been staying
They're like, all
outside for
right, 10
five
seconds.
hours."
All right, walk in,
Yeah.
yeah,
walk in.
but they said that Hue went to Thailand. They at least let them know.
Yeah.
And they asked Ryuki if he brought some souvenirs, and he said no. And then of course Hue
He
comes
was like,
in.
I forgot. I was like, girl,
That's
You didn't
so
forget,
like
you didn't do
whatever.
it. That's what happened.
you didn't give a fuck.
He's like, "I don't
Right.
like any of you. I'm not bringing you shit."
And then Hue comes in after his cue, and Bomi is so happy because they really missed each other. Um,
Or did they?
Brought souvenirs. I don't even know if you could call it that, but I was like, it's
He brought
durian.
some freeze-dried durian that he got at the
That
airport
sounds
coming back
so
from
good,
Thailand.
baby. Shove it in my mouth. You know me. I love me some durian.
Do you
You
really?
do?
Oh yeah, I think it's delicious. Yeah.
It's an acquired taste. I
It really
I like
is.
No,
hate
Like
the
what
smell
durian, you
and the
either love
taste.
it or
I don't
hate it.
know.
And
it tastes
I
like
tried it and
caramelized onions without the caramelization to me.
it
So
No,
it
it's
tastes like
like
shit to me.
oh, I think it tastes like it smells, and I don't like the
Exactly.
smell.
I
Exactly.
love this. I love
Exactly.
it. Oh my God.
I don't
Exactly.
know.
I love
I
me a little
don't
funk,
know.
everybody. So
Yeah,
Maybe
I don't
I
like
gotta
it.
try. I've only tried it freeze dried, so maybe I have to try it like, you know.
no, it really is acquired. It's like gonna
Yeah,
this
it's
taste is
so
gonna
I
carry
would say
through.
I tried it in Malaysia
Mm,
and it's you either love it or you hate it. Like I don't
it's
think there's
true.
anyone I've met that's in between. Like
They
you're
used to
either,
sell it
oh, this is
fresh in
great.
Hong Kong. I would see them like cutting it open. I'd buy it in the market all the time. My
Yeah. Yeah.
roommates were
Mm.
pissed though. They're like, please stop buying this.
Because
Because
it
it smells up the whole
smells.
house. It
Yeah,
smells
Yeah.
up
it
the whole
does. It's
You
house.
very strong smell.
you know when I was in Thailand last month, the hotel literally said no weed, no smoking, no durian.
Yeah, yeah.
Like literally those three things. And I was
Mm.
like, well, damn.
Damn.
Anyway,
Yeah, most of them
I'm kind
hated
of
it.
like, yeah, everyone hated it. They were like, this
No,
is
no. I
nasty.
think who liked it? There was someone that liked it, right? Was it Tomoaki?
No,
No, Tomoaki didn't like it.
none of them liked it. They were all
Bummy
like,
probably
this is
pretended. He's like, "Oh
like,
baby, this is the best thing I ever had in my
Ryuki was
life."
No,
like, I
Bomi didn't
can't
like
bite
it.
it. Bomi did not like it.
He
Bomi did
didn't like it.
he crunched up his face like, what is this?
I think
So,
one or two of them liked it, but the rest was like
no,
normal.
none of them liked it because they all were like, mm-mm, we good. We good. We good, sis.
And Bomi
And
was
then,
like, so where's my
so
gift,
what?
mama?
Anyway, Ryuki is assigned shift
Yeah.
leader and chooses Taehan, which I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then it kind of
Oh
hit
my
me. I was like,
God.
oh, he sees Taehan as a
Sure.
big brother. So I was like, okay, I know where this is going.
I know Taehyung was like, damn, can I sit at home?
Right.
Right. But it was actually a good conversation, better than some of the
Hmm.
other conversations we had so far in this episode. And then Bomey moved right next to Hue on the sofa and tells him
I
all
thought
the
it was
tea of
cute.
what happened in the house while he was gone, and and
He
they're
said
both
these two
saying like,
smashed, these two did nothing. They milked
Hmm.
cows.
yeah, and they're like both saying they missed each other. I was like, this is cute. This is cute. I'm
This felt
Yeah,
I'm
awkward.
loving this.
Fue knew how to communicate that day. I mean, he gonna forget how to really quick, but
I don't know. Even then,
Mhm.
I was like, I'm like more like, can I get a hug? Like they're not like he's so like, yeah, you're
yeah.
back. Yeah, I missed you a little bit. Yeah, yeah. I was like,
Here's some
can he be
durian,
like, oh my
baby.
God, give me a hug? Like you're back. It's been
Yeah,
so
because
long.
Bomey was
How's your
excited,
family?
like
What's
you
your
could tell,
family?
like you could tell Bomey's nipples got hard. He was
Bombi was ready to,
excited,
to hop on it right there, and Huawei was like,
literally,
hey, I'm back.
literally.
Yeah.
A- anyway, at the truck, Taehan mentions that he wants a dog with his partner because some customers came up with the dog and all of that.
This dog was so cute.
And I forgot to mention this because
The photos
here's
we
a
saw on
big
Insta,
spoiler. Here's a big spoiler, okay? For the y'all, yeah, the Instagram. So y'all who are following
that he does
all
have his
this
own
stuff on
dog.
Instagram,
And
Taehan
Jobu
has
has
a
a dog.
dog, Jobu has a dog, and there are pictures with them with each other's dogs, okay? So we
So
kind
if
of
one plus
Mm.
knew
one is
what was going to
two,
happen. Yeah. So they're going to have two doggies. So
I don't know if
um
it's joint dogs or they just both adopted dogs after the show. Or maybe
I
Jobu had
I
his dog beforehand. I'm not
I
sure.
think Jobu had his dog beforehand, and I think Taehyun did too. But that's just my
Mm.
my take. Um, Later, Ryuki and Taehyun sit down, and Ryuki wanted advice on coming out, and that's what I was like, definitely, I'm the
Yeah,
baby, and I
yeah.
have a question because I'm still thinking about this because this has been on Ryuki's mind, like heavy on his mind,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel as if when
Because
you're
he knows the
20.
the show's about to air soon. He's like,
Right,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
The show's about to air soon, and when you're 20, everything feels more magnified. Like it feels like I mean, let's not minimize. Coming out to your parents is a big deal.
Yeah, 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 of course,
But
of course.
then it feels 10 times bigger when you're like 20, you know. Um, and they had a really good discussion. And one thing that Taehyun said was, because remember, Taehyun came out to his family like a year ago.
yeah,
Right,
after
that's
the show
right.
aired,
And
Yeah.
yeah, with the show
yeah,
airing, yeah.
and Taehyun said, like, even if his family were to reject him, and luckily they didn't, the green room he saw as his family as well. Like he still had the support from the other people in the house. And that's kind of what he was trying to tell Ryuki is that you still have me, you have all the other guys in the house who are still going to support you no
Mm-hmm.
matter what, which is really good. And I think that helped Ryuki like say like what, I am going to I guess it gave him comfort in coming out knowing that he's not going to
He
be
has this
abandoned
support
in any
system. He has
way.
this
He
like
has a
safety net
support.
of
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
these gay
Exactly.
uncles, these gunkles he can stay with.
Right.
Gunkles.
Gunkles.
Right. Right. Later at the house, we see Jobu is walking back to the house with groceries,
Mm-hmm.
and when he gets in, he tells the housemates that he plans to cook for just Taehan. So the rest of
He
y'all need to
mastered
figure
with
out
this.
what
He
you're
was
gonna
like,
do.
"Y'all making dinner? Go
Yep.
make some for me and Taehan."
Right.
Cause
Do whatever you need to do,
So I'm
but not
microwaving my
that.
lasagna.
you think it was microwave? No, that was
That's
like a
what he
Patrick.
little.
was
That was like
doing.
a
That
little
That he
toaster
man,
used
oven.
the oven because he literally said, "I'm using the oven."
that man
Like
never cooked anything in his life.
I think that lasagna was a little skinny.
it was a
For
It
little
was a
that
like
little
it
like
looked
big
like a
ribbonish.
one,
dish.
It
two
looked
Yeah.
layer in that
it was
big
like
dish.
this.
I
Oh,
will have to
now
say
we're all
that.
changing our story. Before it was like, oh, Jobu, look
It
amazing.
still
Now you're
looked
all
Hey,
like,
good.
I love
that looked
lasagna. I
like,
can
now
fuck
you're
up
all
any
like,
lasagna.
that's
Right.
skinny
It
girl
still
I
looked
love
lasagna.
good, but
lasagna.
it was a little
But I was like,
flat.
she could have added a couple more layers for how small this lasagna
Exactly.
was.
Right.
You could have stacked
Hmm.
it high.
How
Right.
funny
It
how
was a little
stories
flat.
change.
It still looked good.
No, it did not.
If
It
you
looked
make it
good.
sound as if it was burnt and it looked like a rock. It looked like it was
It
perfectly
looked like
cooked.
he
He just needed to
microwaved a
add more
couple of
layers, and that's
it looked like
it.
he microwaved a couple of noodles and some pre-mixed sauce and was like, "Yeah,
No, and
let me shred
Stop.
some cheddar on this."
he also mixed the beef together
Oh,
and
I'm so
seasoned
proud of
it. He
him. I
did
was
all of
mixing beef
that.
and as a kid. Okay, come on
He
now.
was
I mean, so
mixing
was
beef.
I,
That's not.
but
You
he
better not say
seasoned
anything
it
about
like,
me. Don't you
you know,
dare
it
say
was a
anything about me
labor of
mixing
love. It
beef,
was cute.
Jonathan.
It was cute.
I don't
And you
know
know
what's
what
up with
then?
you, Jonathan, but that
This
coffee's hitting
coffee
you a
got me
little too
going.
hard today.
It was cute. Jobu set up this whole romantic kind of date by the fire outside. And you know what? Haroya's watching this, and in his confessional, he's like, you know what? I can't help but admit that Jobu is amazing. And I was like, yeah, game
Yeah.
recognized game. Or I
Hmm?
mean, Haroya's game was not that great. So,
Oh
but
my.
hey, the thing is, he recognized that Jobu was doing the damn thing. So at
Mm-hmm.
dinner, we already know Jobu made this lasagna that again it needed to have a few more layers. But
Mm.
I think overall it looked good.
Tan said it was
Uh,
good, but then
and
Tan is
Taehyung
still
said it was
like during this
delicious.
whole moment, he's like still resting bitch face. I'm like, girl, smile. Be like, ah,
That
damn, this shit
that
smells
looked like that
good.
Amy's
Mm.
Frozen. What is that
It
brand?
did not look like
Amy's.
Amy's.
It's
Stop
because
it.
it was thin. That's why,
It
but
was
it
It
looks
looked
thin.
like
good.
That was the
Amy's
only
thin,
thing. It
watery vegan lasagna you buy.
don't do that. Don't do that. Anyway, and as he said that,
Yeah,
there was a
Taehyung said it was
dough.
bussin'. He said it was
It,
bussin'.
he did say it was really good. And as he said that, there was a doe and a fawn behind them. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
this is
Mm-hmm.
cute.
so cute.
You know,
It was a
Um,
production
sign.
scared those onto set too.
right behind them.
They said, and
Um,
Q.
and then Jobu mentioned how he wanted dinner to be just the two of them. He talked about how he gets butterflies when he talks to Taehan and his whole body
Hmm.
gets warm.
No.
I was like, your
Oh
body,
my.
which part of your body gets warm?
We
Whole
already
thing.
know.
Whole
We
thing.
already know. We know. And that he likes him and he wants to get to know him better and for him to know him better.
I was like,
Taehan
okay.
smiles and it's like low-key blushing at this point.
Mm, mm,
So,
mm.
see, the thing is, when people have a resting bitch face, when they actually do smile, it's way more prominent, because then you notice it
Yeah.
more.
Hmm.
Um, and Taehan is happy and he says he wants Shobu to know him more too. But then Taehan says, I don't know if us just being attracted to each other means we should move on to the next stage.
And that's fair.
And which is fair, but also
Yes.
at the same time, I was like, "Ugh, Jobu might read into that wrong,
Well,
But
that's a
what
hard
Taehyung was
conversation to
saying
have
was
with anyone you've just kind of met. So, like, I feel that. I feel that.
right, right, and that's when the panelists say Taehyung wants a future relationship talk, which they haven't had yet. Which,
Mm,
yeah, he's looking for something, but he's trying to not be too surfacey, you
He
know.
wants to get deep and realistic and like
Yeah,
there's only a week left in this house. Let's talk about real shit we barely know about each other. All we
yeah.
right,
know is
right.
that we like each other and that we're stuck
Instead
in
of
this house
just
together.
sphincters just moving and grooving.
Yeah, instead
Um,
of tossing and turning in bed, like let's talk
right.
about
Mm.
Yeah.
the state of the
Like
world. I don't
he already know
Oh,
he already know
he
what
know
your
how
hole
the right
smells
hand
like. It's
feels. He
good.
the
Yeah.
left.
Right.
Stop. Where's
Right.
Jobu's hand?
On his finger in his hole. Anyway,
Oh, it's
same
eating the
day.
lasagna. Rude.
Oh my God. After lasagna too? I don't know about that.
Oh my.
That Amy's special.
Leave that
Stop,
lasagna
Amy special.
alone.
Not Amy's.
Oh
So
my
by this point,
God.
we're
She
on
got some
episode.
olives chopped up in there too. That's some nasty
Shut up.
lasagna.
Mm.
Jonathan, I
So
know you've had you some Amy's lasagna. You know
I
what
know
I'm
what
talking.
Amy's is, but I never had it. Okay.
Jonathan
We'll have
had
Like
it. We'll have it.
the only frozen lasagna I've had is Stouffer's, and that was a long time ago.
that's better than
Or Marie
Amy's.
Callender's,
I've
like
never
one of
had
those.
Oh,
Stouffer's.
girl, you old. You're
Stouffer's.
showing your
Yeah,
age.
right.
Ooh.
Stouffer's. Nothing come closer to home. Yeah, you
Oh
know.
my God.
Anyway,
Not the
Oh my God.
episode
jingles. Anyway.
14.
You got me wanting to sing Adriana Furs now.
Feel the warmth and luxury. that you
Adriana
deserve.
first.
Adriana
Adriana
first.
first.
What is happening?
That's
We are not
that's a
sponsored.
Chicagoland
That's a
thing. I'm
Chicago
sorry,
thing,
y'all.
just like
Okay, okay.
773
Two,
202. Boop,
two,
boop,
two,
boop,
two,
boop.
two. Luna.
Luna. Anyway, so
Anyways.
we're on episode
Boogie.
14.
Yes.
Episode 14, same
Mm-hmm.
day or still the evening. We're back to Taehan, and he says he wants to talk about everything.
Wants to
And
get
Job,
real.
right, and Joba mentions that they still have 6 days left to continue chatting, which is the truth.
I know, but I was
So,
like, you can use tonight to chat about something real. Why do we
right,
have to wait 6 more days?
I think,
If he's like, let's get deep and real, like I'm sick of this surface level, and you're like, yeah, I agree. Good thing we have more time.
Yeah.
I,
I'd be like,
we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that.
let's do it now, girl.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. So
Hmm.
next day, the hoodies are in. They look great. Um,
Ah,
now low key, I was kind of like, now why is William a brown flower?
I cannot comment on this
I saw that and I was like,
question.
no, no, why he gotta be brown?
No
I, s- I
comment.
said, no, 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 why he's
I
gotta be black?
can't comment. I'm not allowed.
I was like, wait,
All right, Hiroya,
hmm.
I see you.
I was
Those
like,
tacky
hmm.
ass flowers. Somebody needs to get this man an
Well,
art
I
degree
think
or
No, I think the
something.
Was it
flowers were
Haroya that drew
cute.
those? I thought the flowers were cute. I did.
I thought it was gonna be like a big graphic on the back. It was
Yeah,
like
it
Yeah, it
was
was
like
not
small
that
little
tiny
big.
little,
flowers.
yeah.
I was like, you
Yeah,
have the whole back of the sweater, of the
right.
hoodie.
Yeah. So, but they're in.
They're in and they're
Also,
on.
and they're on, and they put them on, and then it's announced that they will have a 2-day trip in Sapporo for everyone in the house,
Yes, to
starting the
end.
next day. And that
Yes.
was also the final day on the truck, and they have to choose and discuss who will be the final shift leader. And they decided that they're all gonna go for the final day.
Hmm.
And at the truck, we got this beautiful montage,
They're
and we
all
love how
smiley. They're
It
they're
all
was
all
like,
cute.
smiling.
the one's
Love how
Yeah.
we see all
healthy.
the flags of
The
all the
flags are
countries
cute.
represented in the house. It was cute.
Mm-hmm.
It
Hmm.
was cute. Then back at the house, Bomi talks about with Ryuki and Hiroya how he feels a bit insecure about his status with Hue.
He
I'd feel
said,
insecure
Hui's
too.
giving me nothing. He comes
He's
back
And
with giving
not.
me nothing.
He
He said he
like
wasn't.
he
doesn't.
said good morning to Bomi said good morning to Hue. Hue didn't say good morning back.
Yeah, no,
Hue's
he
not
says like
chasing
if he
him.
doesn't initiate anything, then Hui won't interact with him.
Which is
Right.
obnoxious, yeah.
Yeah, that would bother me because
That irks
I
me
feel as
to
if
a
I
million.
need to have, like, if I'm initiating, I need you to initiate at times as
Yeah.
well too.
It
Like
has
I
to
Hmm.
need
be
to,
equal. I can't be
yeah,
carrying this.
Right,
right.
right,
I
right,
don't want
right,
to feel
right.
as if I'm carrying it. Like I need some confirmation that you feel the same way.
I agree.
Also, but the big thing, which this is where I was like, yeah, I would feel a certain kind of way too. There was the souvenir that was he's where Hue says, I was thinking of you, Ruiki, but Ryuki, oh my goodness. And there was nothing like that for Bomi. Now,
And like,
mind
didn't he
you,
get him that little bird a long time ago too? And it's
right.
He
like you
did.
And
He
can't get
got him
mind
the
this
you,
man a
mug.
little elephant.
Hue
Right.
did had those mugs made the last time.
But it's still like you were
So
gone for another week. Haven't seen
yeah,
you in a
and so I
week, and you
guess the
come back and
expectation
you're
is you bring something else.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, of
or
course.
it's not even it doesn't have to be grand, but he's just like the first thing you say when you come back is, "Oh, I was thinking of Ryuki on my trip, and I know he wanted to try
Yeah,
Durian." And I'm
it
like,
comes off a little weird, and
Yeah.
I would feel a
eh,
certain kind of way.
like that in
Um,
combination with you don't talk to me unless I talk to you. He's like,
Hmm.
"All
yeah,
right, what's
Hmm.
good?"
yeah, and Hiroya though, this is why Hiroya is a real one, even though he can be a little messy sometimes. He's a real one. That's why I said like he definitely wears his heart on his sleeve, and he gives a good perspective on how Hue could be awkward in a group setting, but it
Hmm.
doesn't mean that he doesn't like Bomi, and
Hmm.
advises that he just tell Hue how he feels sooner rather than later, as Hue probably doesn't even know he's doing it. Which,
Himbo activities.
Right,
Then
Mm,
symbol activities.
yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So then for dinner, looks like they're having a lot of grilled meat by the fire. Taehyun asks everyone what stuck with them about the house
Yeah,
because,
what's your
they're
most
leaving.
memorable moment in the
Yeah.
house?
And Bomi
William in the
said,
sauna.
mm.
That's my answer.
I mean,
First day,
right,
William the sauna.
right. I
Jobu's
Cheeks
mean,
hairy
out,
shoulders.
cheeks out,
yes. And
hairy
seeing
shoulders.
Jobu's cheeks, a little bit of it. Um, Bomi said being able to chat with Hiroya, which that's nice. Like they formed a
He
really good
said
bond.
sisterhood. Yes, love that.
Yeah.
That's right,
Um,
they did.
yeah. And Hiroya said doing yoga with Hue.
Now, yo, when they showed the yoga, I thought of you two because remember when they doing it like episode 1 or 2, and I was like, I don't know what kind of yoga these two do, but
I need an extended clip of that. I need a full
yeah,
clip.
I yes, they need to put out some extended clips because I really want to see.
I have questions.
And
I
then
thought they
Jobu,
were all gonna go around the table and say one, but it's like
I guess they
it's
were
just one.
boring. They cut them out.
yeah, they didn't. I'm pretty sure there were more, but they didn't really go around with that. Jobu did mention though, the time when everyone said goodnight and people would linger outside their bedroom, like in that hallway outside the bedroom to
Hmm.
give hugs and all of that, for a little bit, which I think that's really nice. Like Jobu is also someone who I guess in many ways is an empath, and
I
I
think he
agree.
cherishes those like little
those little
physical
moments,
moments.
He's so
yeah,
sweet. Yeah,
he's
yeah,
really
yeah.
sweet. Um, Later, Jobu was thinking about what Taehyun said, about like getting deeper and all of that. And this is when Jobu mentions that maybe he doesn't know how to be vulnerable and kind of turns it into a joke when it gets to that point, which is true because
Hmm.
he's done that a lot. He doesn't, I feel as if like he knows he needs to be serious, but then he gets kind of nervous and tripped up. Maybe he's a
Hmm.
little scared of being vulnerable, and I'm wondering like if that was what ended his last relationship.
Not you
You,
speculating.
I mean, and the
Well,
reason why I
yeah,
speculate this, I mean, we hear this a little later, and I'm not going to say too much about it, but I feel as if maybe he was in a place where he wanted to open up his heart. We already know he wanted to open up his hole, but his heart. Um, and he was
Poor
scared to do
Jobu.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he was a little scared to do it, in which I get that. If
Yeah,
you
because he never talked about a past. I know we're touching on that later, but I was kind of surprised. I was like, "Oh, you were with somebody? Oh, okay."
he
yeah,
said it once
well he
before
did.
that
He
he was in
mentioned
like a
Did
it.
he mention
weird.
it? It must have been like a small
He
thing.
talked
It
about it
was
with Hue, I think. Yeah.
Okay, I
he
forgot.
also mentioned it when they had dinner in Niseko.
Oh
He
yeah, when they
what
were
Mm.
crying. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and he was like, they were talking about the good moments with his past relationship.
Okay, okay, okay.
Remember Kazuyuki talked about his, and then Jobu talked
Yeah.
about his. So
Okay, okay, right,
yeah,
right, right.
so he did, but they were only focusing on the good memories with
Hmm.
that. Um, so next day, they are headed to Sapporo. Taehyun sits next to Jobu on the bus. Bomi in between Ryuki and Hue, and um, Tomoaki has access to all the snacks and is passing around snacks. And it is so
He's
funny
full
because
mom
It was
mode.
so
he's
funny. I was
he's in
cracking
mom
up.
mode and he's overdoing it and it's hilarious. And you know what? Tomoaki is a clown and I love it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
He is.
I
And
wish we saw more of that. I was like, "Oh, you're really funny." Like it was
If she
really
was
right.
here
good.
from the beginning, that'd be great too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think what and I think I said this last time too. Like he is just I really low key am still crushing on Tomoaki. Like the more comfortable he got in the house, the more he opened up
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
the more he really just showed a side of himself that is very admirable, very attractive. Um, and he has a lot more personality than when he first came into the house and he was a negative Nancy.
Right when he
And then
was
he
like
realized,
hiding, like I feel so excluded out of stuff,
yeah,
and now
Hmm.
and now like he includes himself and he knows that like it was so refreshing and so beautiful to see. um Yeah, I love me some Tomoaki. Like
With his
he
little
can
bleached
get it.
hair right now.
I wish he
Bleach
got
baby.
Right.
more. I wish he got more screen time. Yeah.
Me too. Me too.
Maybe she'll be back for season 3.
Maybe because bringing people
Blonde and
back
better
since
than ever.
right.
Blondes do it better, right?
Uh, You know I know about that.
Hey.
um, so Ryuki and Bomi ask Hue about how he is when he likes someone.
They were roasting him. They were like,
They
"You're
needed
bad at
to.
romance, right?
They
Because this
needed
man
to.
is not like showing Bomey what he needs. So everyone's like,
Right.
dude, you need
He
to get
They
your
were
needed
shit
like
to.
low
together or
key
Bomey gonna
shading him
leave.
right to his face. Like he was
Yeah.
dropping
And he
Stretched
and
hints.
out
it went
die is
over
gonna
his
move
head.
in.
It
It
went
went
Yeah.
over
over
his
that
head.
himbo head, PhD himbo head.
Yeah.
Come
But
on.
Hue says that he feels secure as soon as he knows the other person likes him too. And it's like,
They're like, "Oh,
okay,
what if you
but
get
Bomi
jealous?"
has been
Yeah, all that.
very open about how he feels. And then Hue also said he doesn't get jealous, which that part I understood. I'm someone who doesn't get jealous.
I don't believe that.
You don't believe
Ooh.
that?
Let me bring the mic a
You
little
mean me or
closer.
Hue?
You.
Both.
When have you seen me get jealous?
Hmm. I
Mm.
just, I
We're
just
gonna
don't
we're gonna
believe
talk,
that.
folks. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk about
because
this
Jonathan,
offline
you
next
get
week.
jealous, but
I
I
am.
don't.
I do get
Yes,
jealous.
you're
Yeah.
very jealous.
Call me
Uh,
Uh,
Bomi. Yes.
right, but I'm
And I do
not the
get
kind of
petty too. Call me
yeah,
Taehyun.
I'm not the person who gets jealous though. You can ask my ex; he will tell you.
ooh,
Bring him on
is
the
that?
podcast. Bring him on the podcast.
Yeah,
So
bring him in. Maybe we'll see him in New
yeah,
York.
you can
I'm
also
a
ask the husband that's not my husband, and he'll tell you the same thing.
which one? I can't
Anyway,
keep track. Oh
only
my
Speaking of
got
your
one.
husband, that's
gosh.
not your
Anyway,
husband.
meanwhile, Jobu asked Taehan what kind of body type he likes. I was like, okay, they're getting a
So
little
weird. This is
deeper.
so
Again, like deeper
weird.
conversation. Now it's
It's a
just, what's
little,
your
it's a
type?
little deeper
That's
than
not a
what they were
deeper
doing.
conversation.
What's your
Well,
type? We're
deeper than
already
what they've been talking
together.
about.
We're already
Um,
together. Why are you asking me about my type? Like, you already like me. Who
Literally.
cares?
right.
Girl,
Well,
we were inside and
For
now you're
real
like,
though, for
do you
real.
like short guy talking? Do you like big guy, small
And
guy?
then
and Taehan's like, it doesn't.
Jobu's like, I like a guy with a thick hand.
um, Taehan said it doesn't
Y'all gonna
matter as
get
long as he
delisted because
stays
of me.
active. All he cares about is the dude being active.
Look,
Taehan said he likes someone with sharp
Jonathan
features.
popped out. He's done. He's done. He
I got
can't.
censored again.
But it was a pretty it started off a little surfacey, and
Mm,
then they do talk about what they want in the future. And this is kind of what Taehan was kind of looking for. So you could tell he was a little bit more at ease.
yeah.
Um, and then they finally arrive in Sapporo. Okay, the house is cute, but I low-key think the green room looked better. Um, but I did think the hidden doors were kind of cool.
Yeah, it was
Um,
cute.
yeah, and all the rooms had two beds, except for
Those
one that
beds were
had bunk
huge
beds.
though to me. I
Yeah,
don't know. Maybe it was like the perspective, but I was like, these beds looks like they're like
they do.
kings.
They do. I don't know if they looked like kings, but they were bigger than twin
They
beds.
looked
It's
big.
it's
Yeah.
They looked
somebody
big.
that has a king all to themselves, and I ain't talking about my man. They looked like pretty big beds.
Hey, I want a king size mattress.
It's
I don't
nice,
got
let
the
me
space
tell
for
you.
that.
Mm.
Mm. Um, the room assignments. We only got two of them that we knew of, and that was Bomi and Hue were in room one, and Jobu and Taehan were in room two.
What do you mean you got all
And
of them?
well, they did. Well, though. Well, I don't
This
know
was
if
so awkward. They're like, let's ask who wants to be in each. I'm like, girl, you
right,
already know what the couple's
Right.
gonna
Why are you
be.
even asking me if
right.
they
Why are
Yeah, I
you
was
even
like,
picked a
why are you?
place?
asking?
They Airbnb this last second, knowing like, all right, these two couples gonna be hooking up. Let's get them rooms.
Yeah. And also, like, we didn't, I don't know if Hiroya was in three or four, and I don't know because I think Hiroya
I
was in a
think it was
room by
just
himself.
three. I was also
There
like,
was
what's going on with
There
that
was
bunk
four
bed? Because there's
rooms.
two. Oh, there were four? Oh.
Yes. So there were
So
three
they put
rooms
Hiroya in the last one by himself so
with the bunk bed.
he could just print himself out
no,
a boyfriend.
no. I thought it was only 3 rooms. I think there was only 3 blocks. Because they said who wants
No,
to be
there
in
were
I
one, two,
four.
and three.
Where was the
There was
fourth one?
the fourth one was the room with the bunk beds.
I thought that was the
Can't-
third. It was
I
the
thought it
third
was
was
the
No.
third one.
was just
There
bunk
was
beds.
yeah, there were three
I
rooms
can't get
that
over
were
him
all
printing. I'm gonna
identical.
be printing stuff out of bed.
I
There were three
can't.
rooms that were all identical. Because remember, there's seven guys at this point. And you had the three rooms that
Right.
had two beds each. That's six.
Hmm.
And then you had
Yeah,
the fourth
something
room that
wasn't
had the
mapping
bunk
because I was
beds.
like, it's a twin, and I was like, but there's three people, so where's the last person coming?
That's
Um,
why there's four
Slept on the
rooms.
well,
It
I
was
guess
one,
couch.
two, three, and
Ryuki
four.
Ryuki was living her
No,
bunk bed fantasy. I don't know.
Ryuki was either paired with Tomoaki and Hiroya had his own room. Like those three divided the last two rooms, but they
Yeah,
didn't really
either
focus
Okay.
way,
on those two rooms because it didn't matter as much as Bomi and
because
Hue and Jobu and
yeah,
Taehan.
and
Now,
Mm.
in
the way
room
Jobu
two,
pushed
push
them
those beds
beds together
together.
so
Oh man, he
fast.
went in there. He's like, get this table out of here.
He was like,
Yes.
"Get this table out of here."
And then Jobu like mentions through the window of their room because these rooms have like outdoor entrances or whatnot. I think it was I don't remember who was outside his room. Was it
It was
Hiroya
Hue
or
and Bomi. They were like
Hue
Yeah,
standing there.
Bomi?
It was who it
Yeah,
told me.
and
Yeah.
then Jobu mentions that he has to head to the clinic to get something. It's condoms or prep on demand.
Oh my
That's what
God.
I was
Yeah, I
thinking.
was also like
Is
going
that
to
what
the
he said? I
clinic.
didn't catch that.
He did
He
say
said,
going to the clinic, and I was like, for what? Are you sick?
He
Like, what's
said,
going on?
yeah,
I'm getting a little sun for tonight.
right. That's all like I think it should have been pharmacy. That's why I wanted to ask you, Patrick, because it
He'd
could
be
have been
getting himself
translated to
some
clinic and it could have really
astroglutide.
been pharmacy. Like he probably went to Watson's or something,
Probably getting
Oh,
himself
like
some KY
Watson's.
KY jelly, warm
Ooh,
to the
the
right.
touch.
Yeah,
KY.
he probably was like, let me get myself ready because tonight is going to be the night
Tonight's the
where two
night.
become one. That's what it was going to happen. Anyway, at
And
dinner,
none of that happened, but
we'll
Oh
get
God,
there.
yeah, this went so oof,
this
yeah.
went
So
south.
at dinner, Jobu is
Mm.
not at dinner yet because he's still at the clinic doing his little errand. They're having shabu shabu, which I have not had shabu shabu in a long time. And you know what? The last time I had it, Patrick was in Chinatown in Chicago.
Oh man, I went a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, it was
Oh,
good.
really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
really
that was
good.
so it's been a really, really long time since I've had it. I didn't even have it in Japan. So,
You got some
then
here in
Joe,
New York.
well, I would have to say that shabu shabu I had and it was great.
The
It
Shabu
was really
Shabu
good.
win.
It was great.
In
Then
Chicago?
yeah, the place I
Did you
went
have the
that
little rotary thing? Did it come by in a little?
it wasn't that one. No, this
Oh, okay,
one
that was really good
they
though.
changed the concept later. And then
Mm.
they went from shabu shabu to literally Chinese hot pot, which is not
Mm.
that different, but
Mm.
anyway.
Yeah.
Jobu arrives, and as soon as Jobu sits down, oh Lord, Hiroya.
Hiroya's
Hiroya
like,
says he wants to talk to
"Excuse
Taehan
me, everybody.
privately.
I
They're
need to
always doing
take
this.
Taehyun away right now."
And I'm
And I'm
like,
like,
y'all
"Damn,
in the
Taehyun's
middle
like
of
mid-bite.
dinner.
Right.
Taehyun mid-bite. He can't even finish the meat on his plate."
Right, like,
Meat on his plate, the meat in his room. He can't finish anything. Someone's always
come
trying to snatch that man
on.
up.
Right. So then they go to a dessert cafe,
But this
and
was
it's
cute
like,
though. This was really cute.
yeah, late night parfaits. And
I
that's
was like,
Taehan and
Netflix has
Hiroya there.
money.
And the way
He
Taehan opened
does.
his mouth
It's like,
Oh
for the
man, to
top
eat
of
it,
that
he's just like,
parfait, he
I know. I
said,
was like,
he said, "Throw
no.
it." He
he's
said,
like
"Big
my.
bite,
Let
big
me
bite."
unhinge my. Excuse me while I unhinge my jaw to eat half of this
Yeah.
parfait. I was
And I
like,
was like,
Tehan, what is up with you these
what
That's
is
last
cute,
going
few
but that's
on with
episodes?
you?
playful. Hiroya can get that playfulness out of him. That he's like,
But why are you doing that? You need to be doing that to Joe. Well, I guess you'd be doing that to
"Oh,
Jobu, but like,
He
you need to
already
do it.
did. Uh-huh, that's why.
hey,
You
Dislocate. You
know,
know, that's why it was so
he,
easy.
hey."
he
Dislocated.
well,
Oh, yeah,
he
yeah.
probably I don't think for Jobu you would have to
Oh,
dislocate
Every time
much for
this gets
that.
dirty, it keeps blurring Jonathan
it
out.
does. It hates me. It hates me. No, I think this
So
was cute. I was like, Netflix has money to be giving them. You got them like booked a whole little parfait
Yeah,
place just for
tripping.
this
Yeah.
little 2 second date.
right.
Like that's kind of
Um,
crazy.
Horia did ask about the date event and why Taehan was so conflicted.
Mm.
Hmm.
And Taehan gave a pretty good explanation. Taehan said that at that point, he hadn't sorted out his feelings and he knew that if he chose him, as in chose Hiroya, he
Mhm.
would hurt him more and was struggling with the right way to say it, even though he had already made up his mind. So by that point, he was already going to choose Jobu, but
Yeah.
he didn't want to hurt Horoya's feelings. And
Yeah,
then
yeah.
Horoya said he didn't have, like, Taehyun doesn't have to tiptoe around him.
Hmm.
Um, as he's become good friends with Jobu and wants Jobu to be happy. And you could tell Horoya saying this, but his face, is turning red.
Yeah.
He, like, his eyes are welling up, And this is when I'm like, Horoya's a good guy. And he's really doesn't want to be like he doesn't want to be seen as a villain and that's not what
Mm.
he's trying to do. So I want to make sure I'm
Mm-mm.
very
Hmm.
clear.
Yeah.
Horoya's really trying to be a friend, but also it's very hard to be a friend when you have feelings for the person your friend is seeing, right?
Yeah. Of
Hmm.
So,
course.
and that's something that
Yeah,
he's trying to sort with
yeah.
himself.
Yeah.
And
I
then,
mean, yeah, here's when she says that she likes Taehyun, but she wants Jobu to be happy.
Mm.
Right.
yeah,
It's that
yeah,
kind of
right.
like, yeah.
Yeah. And Chiaka, one of the panelists, literally said that that was for Horoya to have closure for himself. Because I
Mm.
think we already knew, and I think Horoya already knew, he wasn't going to get anything out of that, other
Mm.
than closure for himself. And that's, I think, what is most poignant about the whole thing is Horoya is like, I got to make sure I take care of me
Mm-hmm.
in this. And that's
Hmm.
a good lesson for people. There were lessons from William Isaiah. There's also lessons from Horoya that I think
Yep.
people could take from this show.
Many lessons from Kazuyuki.
Mm.
Yes. One big one, which is if you're in a 15-year relationship, maybe you need a break to come
Stay in
back.
line. Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nope.
Anyway,
Ooh,
next
yes.
day, Bomi proposes spending a day with just Hue. I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then Taehyun says he wants to spend the day with JoJo. He calls him JoJo. I was like, this
I know. I
is
was like
too cute.
JoJo.
I was like,
It's
this is
cute.
cute.
It was really
Mojo
cute.
JoJo.
Oh my God, no.
Oh
Mojo
man.
Jojo.
Anyway, so
Mojo.
Mojo, JoJo. Anyway, at Taehyun and Jobu's date, they are making perfumes for each other. And I was like, oh, this is cute. By the way, you know what? There's a perfumery that we need to check out where you can make perfumes as well. But it's like $90 a person.
Oof. You pay
And
Perfumery.
for me, I'll go.
I've been there, I've done it once, and I liked the fragrance I had, but also like it didn't last long. So I was like, for $90,
I mean,
I
was
don't
it
know.
called Jobu's
What's it
Jobs
called? Job
Unknown?
Job
Job
special.
special.
Job
Job
Yeah, so
Special. I was like,
special.
Jobu
what?
made that fragrance called Job Special, and it smells like coffee.
Yeah, I don't.
To remind him of that of the coffee truck.
That was a
Yes.
The
bad
time
first
here.
coffee truck date they had.
Oh, maybe,
And I'm
maybe,
like, why are we
yeah.
making? I was like, I don't want to go around smelling like coffee. I like to drink coffee. I don't want to smell
Hmm.
like it. So then Taehyun made one called Unfold Within. Taehyun deep as hell.
Nah, I saw
Um,
this and I was like, you already unfolded what was within, Mama. You already got.
right. Oh, but Taehyun said like he started with essence of cilantro, which he hates cilantro. And he said it because it reminded him of their first time on the truck, where he's like, I can't
Hmm.
stand this. But then he added notes he loved to it. So it like layered onto to kind of cover up or blend in with something that he didn't like with stuff that he loves because he grew to love spending
Yeah,
time with
yeah,
Jobu, which
Hmm.
I was like, this is actually
He's
very
he
beautiful.
has such an artsy brain, yeah,
Yes, it was
yeah.
so beautiful.
compared to Job
Um,
Special.
yeah, job special. Anyway, later Taehyun asked why he decided to tell him he liked him that night over the lasagna dinner. Because the one thing we forgot to mention, because somebody was trying to compare the lasagna to
To Miss
Amy's,
Amy's.
Yeah, Jonathan.
is
God, get your head
What
out
I
of the
do?
lasagna gutter.
What I do?
anyway, Patrick. Um,
Kevin.
the biggest part of the dinner was
Is
that
that he confessed that he
Right,
liked
Yeah.
right.
Taehyun.
That he
See,
liked Taehyun, and Jobu then mentions that he wasn't really planning to say it, but he
but
was
it just
so
jumped out and the
nervous.
feelings
Yeah,
was
Yeah. Which
right.
is
yeah,
The
cute.
cheese was melted on the lasagna. Everything was
exactly.
Yeah,
the
that
garlic was
plasticky
garlicking.
cheddar. Mm.
There's no cheddar. Yeah, tell me who knows how to
Anywho,
cook now.
And
Yeah, yeah. Put cheddar
anywho,
in your lasagna.
um, and he said watching Taehyun eat made him say the words naturally.
mm.
Mm.
Come on, eat.
And Taehyun then said hearing this made his heart skip a beat. Like, you know what I noticed? Taehyun, um,
He's a
and I think the
princess.
panelists said this too. I think sometimes Taehyun is a little too logical
Yes,
in how things should go.
I agree.
And I think that's what Taehyun was kind of struggling with was like, I have this idea, but then my feelings are doing something else. It's like that Genie in a Bottle song
Mm.
by Christina Aguilera, you know?
Hey,
So,
Genie and hey,
yes,
hey, 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 hey.
right.
Yeah,
Jonathan, you ever
he
heard that
talks.
song? Jesus.
If you
Hey,
wanna be with me,
hey, hey,
baby,
hey,
there's
hey.
a price to pay.
There's a
I'm a
copyright
genie
strike
in a
that's gonna
bottle.
get
You
us.
gotta rub me the right
She
way.
gonna come
Yep.
after her coin.
Job
Anyway.
special available now in stores.
Meanwhile, the three singles are chatting,
Hmm.
and Tomoaki says that he would have been upset with Huei's response to waiting to spend a day with Bomi.
Same.
Hmm.
That's
To wanting to spend a day
same.
with Bomi.
Yeah,
Yeah.
same.
And that response was a little flat because he was like, that's fine. Fine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what
I'm like,
happened to
girl,
I'm excited?
like
He
you
just
back on the
doesn't
show
seem
and you're like,
excited about anything. It's just like, what is wrong with you? But I don't think it's just Bomey. I think it's literally just how he is, but that's
Exactly. I think
tough.
it's
yeah, I
his
think it's just
personality. Yeah.
Huey's personality. Like he's not very
Yeah.
like expressive. He's not so like
Right.
I don't know.
Right.
Like even when Huey would cry, I'm more shocked because I'm not expecting him to show that much emotion.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
fact that he did show a lot of emotion, like the time when he was talking about when he came out to his mom. So I was not expecting him to break down like that.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Huey's personality is just kind of flat.
It's very just it's demure. It's
It's not
demure,
for
but
me. It's
it
not
Yeah,
my
it's
it's a
cup
not
little
of
for
too
me, but
tea.
it
demure.
works for
And
Bomi.
I know
this
I'm a very subtle person, but I need a little bit of flavor in my
he's just so
personality.
shy.
Subtle.
He's very shy.
Subtle.
Subtle.
Sure.
Subtle. Subtle.
Sure.
Anyway,
Sure.
I agree.
Anyway,
I agree.
Bomi and
Y'all are
Huey's
so
date.
mean to me. I'm coming in as a guest, and listen, y'all, they just be picking on me the whole time before the podcast, after the
This is
podcast, during
As
the
you
because
should,
week.
as you should.
this is
During the
because
week.
Patrick has insulted our cooking and has never tasted my cooking or Jonathan's cooking. Okay.
Jonathan, you can cook? You have a kitchen?
Boy,
Oh,
you know what?
anywho, I will
Uh,
say this:
Anywho,
Jonathan has more of a kitchen now than I currently do. So I would say that. Like I will say, last year was the other way around, but Jonathan cooks.
I do
So
cook.
yes. Um.
Anyway, Bomi
Anyway,
and Huey's date is,
they're making rings,
which
and
I
I was
hate this. I
instantly
hate this.
traumatized
Wait, why did you
because this is
hate
what they
it?
did in His Man 3.
I hate
Remember?
Mm,
when they do this. Like,
Yeah.
why are you these?
Why? Why?
I
Like
wouldn't
it's
want to make a ring for someone that I'm like just flirting with. You know what I mean? Like,
I
this is
yeah,
agree.
like
I thought it was like, whoa,
it's a
that's
little too
super intense. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Like this is something you do like when you're 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 months into a relationship,
Right.
but
or even like a
not when
year
you
or
just
so.
get
Like,
yeah, even a year, like
Mm-hmm.
y'all just getting to know each other. Like it's a little weird,
yeah,
and
we're
they
not
did
boyfriends
this.
yet, but
The
we've
rings
been
were
making
really
rings to each
cute,
other.
though.
They
I
were
will say
really cute
that. They were
rings, and
cute.
I
But
love
that's like,
nice
I'm getting
rings.
married ring. I was like, oh my God, so
It's
Right,
on their
hot.
ring
Holy crap.
fingers. It's on their ring
right.
fingers.
Yeah,
I was a
yeah.
little. It's so remember Jonathan and His Man 3, the couple that did the rings, and they
Yup.
never that ended
That
very
ended two
quickly.
weeks after the
2 weeks
show,
after the show, like it was done,
Mm.
and
and he
I
returned the
think
ring too.
And Patrick, I don't know if we told you this, but his man is pretty much the
That's a
Korean version
Korean
of the
version? Yeah,
boyfriend.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but the difference is they're in a house for 1 week. So
What can
not,
you
it's
even do
only
in a
1 week.
week?
Nothing.
You'll be,
Just
well,
Fight.
they're
blast
Be
a
in
little
petty.
season,
booty and call it a
yeah.
day. My
In
God.
season
Oh,
two, at least a
whoa.
couple came out of that and they're still together, even though they had a little breakup.
They
But
had
in
little rocky
season
moments,
three,
but they're still, yeah.
they did those rings like maybe 4 or 5 days into the experience.
Mm,
And I'm kind of like,
Why? 4 5 days
why?
of knowing someone and you're
that's a
making
Right.
lot.
couple
Yeah,
rings?
that's a
Yep.
lot.
Insane.
And then when they met up with each other, they ended it, and I think one of them threw the ring at the other person. It was so messy.
Dang. Oh my
Like
He
it
didn't
was
gosh.
throw
kind
it,
of
but
like
he returned the ring. Yes.
he returned the ring. Yeah, I'm imagining he threw it. Anyway, but
Hmm.
that in itself, I was like, why are they doing this on
That's
this
too much
date? Because
commitment. That's too much pressure.
I want Bomi and Huwei to be successful because I'm rooting for them. And I was like, this
Mm-hmm.
looks like you putting a little curse on them, and I don't like that. I don't like that
Hmm.
production. I don't like it.
But I mean,
Anyway,
maybe Hue needed the push because she's a little
Maybe I
dense
just
right
feel
now.
Huwei,
bad because this is like Bomi's first like, and I know we're
yeah,
not there
It's
yet, but it's
Momi's
just
first
like
everything, and
it's
Hue's
like
giving 0%.
you wanna like, and he doesn't know, but I'm like, dude, you gotta give him a little bit more, otherwise he's gonna think every man is like this, and that's
right,
not gonna be good for him
right,
Well,
long term.
right,
most.
right. But anyway, um, I do want to make, I personally would love to actually do this for myself because I think making rings are fine.
I know I
I
did too. I
already,
was
I would
gonna
love to make a
Google
ring
it.
for
I was like, read
myself.
making
Yes.
class.
yeah, but I know who
Let's do it.
else
Let's
take
do
with
it.
me to do this because there was a particular person had spoken about this film. You already know who.
It's me,
It's
everybody. He
not
doesn't want to
Patrick.
admit it
It's
on
not
camera.
Patrick. It's
Anyways,
not Patrick. But
It's
y'all,
anyways,
but both Patrick and Jonathan know who it is.
anyways, they go
Anyway,
to the aquarium after. They see some penguins. It's
and they're having desserts
cute.
there. I see the croissants and the ice cream and all of
Hmm.
I
that.
love penguins. They're so cute. I was like, oh, penguins.
And then Boomy's doing the
Meh.
heavy lifting again, by having to
Yes.
bring up the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he had to pretty much mention how he's been feeling for the past couple of days,
He's like,
which
"You giving me
honestly,
nothing,"
Huawei has no idea about this, right?
Hmm.
because he's giving me
And
no energy in the show right now.
right.
Right.
And Huawei mentioned that he did try to find him something,
I was like, "You can't
but
find
anything
anything
he
in
You
Thailand?
saw,
In
you
Thailand?
can't find an elephant? Oh my
You can't
God.
find. Give me a little yadom. Give me a
well,
little something.
he said nothing he found seemed right. But
I'd rather
even
you
Bombay's
give
like,
me
you
a
could have
little
at least
something
even
than
mentioned
nothing.
that and said, like,
I was
I just
thinking of
said,
you, but I didn't
yeah,
find anything compared
right.
to
Right.
Even
just.
that would have been fine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Bombi then mentioned like he would like to know, so then he is like reassured that he's being thought about, you know.
Hmm.
And Huey then asked, what do you want to see for us after this, since they both like each other? And
He said, since we sort of both kind of like each other,
right.
sort of, kinda.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what the subtitle said. I don't know if they said
That's
that in
probably,
Japanese.
was that what he said in Japanese, Patrick?
For which thing?
Um,
Hue was like, we both kind of like each other now, so like, what happens after?
right.
Oh, I don't remember the Japanese. Like,
Did the
Fui gives me
Japanese give that same
nothing.
kind of, yeah, was it the same kind of vibe? Did you zone
I
out
Because
with Huey and
Fui just
Bombi?
makes me zone. He just makes me zone out because
No.
it's just like he doesn't give anything. I ain't got time for no man that's just like, yeah, I don't do that in my personal or professional life. I'm sorry, ain't
Oh,
got time for that.
Ooh, I think
anywho,
out of like maybe we should give him grace because maybe he just came back from a funeral
he
for his
did. He
grandma, so
did
But I
just
maybe he's
feel
come
just
like
back
he
from
not in
was
the
burying
that
his
way
headspace.
even
grandmother.
before. I feel like
He
Yeah,
he was
that's the
that way
thing.
was.
before
But
the
also
trip.
before he was kind of clueless before too. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Right. So I think
But Bomi had to be like, I after the show, I really wanna see us. No, it's because Hue asked, what does the relationship mean to you, right?
he
That's
hmm
what he
said,
says.
like, what do you want to see afterwards? And Bombi
yeah,
said the real beginning starts
yeah. I
when
remember
they
that.
actually leave. And he's
Hmm.
never faced something like that head on before. And he wants to do that with someone that's important to him.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Yeah. And Hue wonders if they'll be able to face things together moving forward and feels that they actually happen to be on the same page. So it's like, oh, good, this is working out So they're both wanting to move in the same direction, which is great.
Even though it feels like Bomi's dragging, like has to pull it out. It's like pulling
Bomy's the
I
teeth.
one being the
guess
most expressive, and
I
I
guess what
get
I
Yeah,
it.
get, yeah, I get nervous because this is like a situation where it's like Bombi says it and then it's just like, yeah, me too. You know
me
what I mean?
too.
It's just
Yeah.
like,
It
are
does
you
come
really
off like
thinking that?
that.
Or are you just saying whatever
What
to,
what he wants to
I
hear.
really don't
I
want this
don't
boy to have a bad first relationship and then it
I
just
don't
like, because you
either.
all know how that
And I
works.
do feel like Hue is being sincere, but
Yeah, I don't
it
think he's
goes
a
back
bad
to
person,
Maybe
but is
it's
yeah,
that
just
what he
camera shy. We don't
means?
know.
Yeah, I don't know.
camera shy or just himbo behavior, if not both.
Hmm.
You know, later back at their accommodations, Ryuki talks about how he is going to come out. Like he's been thinking about it. I think he has fully decided he's going to come out. And he said because all the guys have been supportive, he has the will to come out to his dad. Tomoaki said that the way he's going to come out is he's going to come out to his parents with a
That
letter,
was really cute. Yeah.
which is really cute. Hiroya mentioned, however, everyone was supportive in their own way when he came out, to kind of give encouragement.
But he says
He
like it
also,
took his mom a while,
yeah, it took his mom
and
a
it's still taking
while.
her a while, but she'll like
Yeah,
she eventually like opens up slowly and like
right,
mentions gay things, LGBT
Hmm.
things, and that's like her way
right.
of showing it.
And that's kind of what he was saying to Ryuki. Like when he comes out, he can't expect like something instant. Like he just has to continue showing his dad that it's a good thing, and let his dad know, even if it ends up being positive, but just to let him know
Hmm.
that this is,
Hmm.
it's something you got to keep showing.
Yeah.
But then Jobu suddenly gets up, and I'm kind of like, what the hell happened? And
I
at
thought
Yeah.
first
she
I'm
was gonna
like, did
cry.
he
I thought she
have
was
diarrhea
crying.
or something? Like,
I was
I don't
going to the
No.
know.
bathroom trying to like this man got to pee so dramatically.
Yeah,
Imagine the
Yeah.
whole time he's just like, I just had to pee. No, I
right.
thought she went to go cry and she just didn't want to
Yeah, and
cry
then
in front of
Taehyun
Yeah.
everyone.
chases after him, and then that's when and it's back in their room, and Taehyun's like, "Are you okay?"
We gotta
And that's when
discuss
Hmm.
Jobo's
this.
like, he just wanted fresh air, and then kept saying like, "It's nothing, it's nothing."
Yeah.
And then when they were gonna take a group picture, and Taehyun, Jobo wanted Taehyun to get closer to him. Taehyun was pissed.
I
Taehyun
didn't
was
like what
giving
Jobu did.
Princess. Yeah,
I didn't
you
like
didn't
because
like.
Jobu like hit him. Like I know it was like
Yeah,
playful, but I
No,
was
he's
like,
just
ew, I
like,
don't.
hello, like trying to get his attention, and Taehyun's
right.
icing
I
him
didn't
out.
like that. I was
And
like,
it's
I don't
like, why
Yeah,
are
like
you
that.
I
suddenly
didn't
icing
like
me
that energy.
out?
I didn't like that energy between the two of them at all at that
Hmm.
point.
Whose side are you
And
on?
and then Jobu reveals in his confessional that he felt uncomfortable because he never had to come out to his family because of his family situation.
I
And
thought
remember,
this
he
was
did
so
now.
like, I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
was it was
It was
I
expected. I feel like it was expected. Like that's once I saw that he wasn't crying, I was like, all right, he just needed a moment to collect himself. He was going through
right.
Yeah.
something.
I think he felt bad that he couldn't, like, Jobu is an empath, and I firmly believe that. But then he couldn't relate to what they were all talking about because remember,
So he
Hiroya's like
can't
a
give
little
proper
sad.
advice, and
He
yeah,
couldn't give
he's
advice, and
the
then
one
also
person in the
like
room
he,
that's had like the most positive coming out experience. Like
yeah, because he didn't
Right,
no
really
right,
have
right,
to
right,
come
issues.
out.
right.
He just
Hmm.
introduced his partner, and that was it.
Yeah.
And
Because
he
he
just feels
already knew
kind of
his family
guilty.
was going to be accepting. Yeah, he kind of
Hmm.
felt guilty, and
And he just needed
Taehyun,
a moment to collect himself. And
right.
Taehan felt a certain way that Jobu couldn't immediately tell him that the moment he
Right.
went to him.
Right. And I get where
So
Taehyun is coming from too,
I get
which
what they're
we,
coming from, but I'm still more on Jobu's side of like, I don't know. I feel like Taehan is smart enough to like read the room and be like, she needs a moment.
Right. She'll come to
We've
you when
had this
she needs
conversation
to.
before.
Correct.
She needs a
Correct.
moment. She said, I'll tell you later. Like afterwards,
now,
she said, I'll tell you later. But still, like, I would be
Yeah.
more
right.
understanding.
Yeah. And
Right.
I would
Right.
have
Right.
given
Right. Right.
grace with that, saying, I'll tell you later. Now, later in the room, no, in room two, Taehyun pulling those beds apart was petty.
I,
I didn't like that.
Nah, he was so petty.
I
This
was
was
like, you didn't need to do all of that because it was
literally,
like,
I
I
what's
get
the
hated
it's,
that.
reason?
yeah. I was
Like
like,
you're too
now
mature for that
you're
bullshit.
giving full on princess. See, you doing that's doing too much,
The
Hmm.
panelists,
And
I
yeah, they
then
agree.
said princess behavior jumped out.
jumped
I mean,
Yeah.
out.
this is me too. I'd be so petty. But for this situation, I wouldn't be petty because I understand. Even before Jobu said anything, I understand where he was coming from. I was like, oh, he's probably needs a
I was
moment.
like disappointed in Taehan, not gonna lie.
Yeah,
And
That
when
he
I
me
say
wouldn't
too.
understand
disappointed,
this
me being
moment.
disappointed in somebody is worse than me being mad because disappointed means I expect better than you.
Yeah,
Mad
I
means he's
expected
being a
better.
fool. Yeah,
Yeah. Like I can get being upset with
correct.
Jobu, like I get it, but doing all of that was a little dramatic, actually a lot dramatic.
Because
Because
how
he
it, then
wasn't.
then Jobu's gonna walk in, which is exactly what happened. He's gonna feel like shit. It's like you're not
Yeah,
helping the
you're
situation.
not
You're
helping the
making things worse
situation and
for this
making it
person who's
worse.
clearly going through something, right? Right.
Right,
It's very selfish.
right.
So,
And then we get to episode 15, the finale. Same evening. Jobu walks in, as we see, and that room is tense.
And he
And
said,
not
damn,
in the
fuck my
way
hmm
with
drag.
lust like
Damn.
before. Like there's not a tense sphincter. Well, there is, but not in the way you want. So then Taehan turned off the lights and was like, I'm
He
going to
said, good
bed.
night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
And then Jobu says, Can I talk to you? Because I don't want us going to bed like this. And
Hmm.
which is
Taehan's like, Then
good. That's
talk to
very
me then.
mature. You should not go to bed upset. That's one thing they
Right.
always say.
I fully support that. Like there is an old saying that you should never let your problems continue before the sun after the sun has set. Like get it over with.
Yep. Yep.
And Jobu tells him how he felt uncomfortable during the convo about coming out. And Taehan's thing was he wants him to tell him about what's going on because he can't read his mind.
Right.
Now,
Well, he said that
I,
apparently in the talking head that they had a conversation
they
before
had a
about like
conversation about this
that we
before.
will that whatever you're feeling, you have to tell me. Like I want you to be able to tell me and not like
Hmm
Right.
surface level me out, you know?
Right. And good
But
job for Jobu for recognizing that he was in the wrong. But Taehan was also in the wrong for
Correct.
the
Yeah.
way he did that. I get where Taehan is coming from because a
I don't
certain
know.
someone, and I'm going to leave it at that because you know who I'm talking about, does this every now and then and feels as if I should be able to read his mind.
It
This
Okay.
is
ain't me,
different.
y'all. I'm
This
just
is
saying it ain't
different.
me, y'all.
Right. This
I
is
feel like for
different.
this moment,
Right.
if everyone's if the conversation is focused on Ryuki, and I feel like Jobu, took himself out of the
Right. Which
conversation
makes
to collect
Hmm
sense.
himself, and then was
Yes.
gonna come back, and Taehan was making it more of a bigger thing.
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't want to draw attention to myself by being, you following me
Right.
and pulling me aside,
hmm
and now I got to tell you this whole side story. Let's go back to Ryuki. He needs us right now. That's
Right,
how
Right.
right,
I felt.
right.
Yeah, I get that. And I also get like if I go and chase after you and I'm asking you, are you okay? And
And
you
I
say
say,
it's
I'm good.
nothing,
I say, I'm
and you
good.
say
I'm
it's
good.
nothing, it's like, well, clearly it wasn't nothing because you left and you clearly are seem a little upset and uncomfortable. So
Well,
it's more
I
than
If
that.
you are sad and
yeah, yeah.
uncomfortable, why are you gonna edge me on and be like, tell me, tell me, tell me.
Well,
What?
I
Tell me.
think I think it's both of them because I used to be like
Right.
Jobu where I just like I'm fine and it's not like but you have to learn to reframe it. Like Jobu could have also been more direct, be like, "Hey, I want to let's talk about this later."
Right.
So, yeah.
That would have been the thing to say. And then Taehan reaction after that and icing him out was not okay because
Hmm
I don't that's where I'm at. Like I'm not taking a side. I'm looking at both of them
Yeah.
and saying this is where things could have been improved on both of their parts. Not saying that one was more wrong than the other. It was
That's what
just
I'm
more
saying.
of, yeah, I know that's what you're saying because you're always like, I'm gonna take a side. Only time I take a side if it has to deal with Trump. And you know what side I'm
Oh,
taking. Okay.
I
But
don't
with
know.
this, it's like it's all goes down to they Taehyun wanted good communication.
Hmm.
Jobu wants to be with Taehyun. So Jobu has to work on communicating better. Taehyun
Mm-hmm.
has to be less of a princess.
Mm-hmm.
That's what this was.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Uh,
Mm-hmm.
so next day, Taehyun wakes up with Jobu with the kiss and cuddles.
Really
Really
cute.
cute. So they reconciled because
Uh-huh.
in the grand scheme of things, it wasn't that big of a
It wasn't
deal.
it
Yeah.
wasn't a big deal. It all had
Right.
nothing
Yeah.
to do like they were let's focus on Ryuki, you know? It was Ryuki's moment
All right. Right.
and now
And
it turned into like a Taehyun needing answers
Yeah.
immediately moment. And I was like,
yeah,
yeah,
like it turned into a Taehyun Jobu couples quarrel. That's what it
yeah.
turned into. Yeah. And it didn't have to. But for them, it's them growing as two people trying to grow together. So they were
Hmm.
able to hug and kiss it out. And it was
They were
cute.
able to grow
And
something
Taehyun
that morning.
initiated again, which was also cute. So, and I think that was Taehyun's way of saying, baby, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Jojo,
So,
Jojo, I'm sorry, Jojo.
JoJo.
Jojo, Jojo.
Jojo.
So then the guys get a notification that they will conclude their Sapporo trip with dinner. And
Just like
then we
season
get the,
one, they all
just
get
like
Yeah.
season
all
one, and
dressed up.
they get
They
in
all
their
wear
suits.
oversized, ugly suits. Yeah.
I thought Bomi's was
Ill-fitted,
cute.
ill-fitted
Bomi had his like a
suits.
little like
Bomey
what
was the only one
was like
that
a
was
shoelace
cute
tie,
with the
right? It was
little
cute.
Kevin. Now you know those suits fit those men poorly.
I thought someone looked cute. Two people look cute.
Yeah,
I'm not
two out of
saying
how many?
nothing. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
saying
because you know
nothing.
I'm right. I'm right.
I'm
They're
not
going to
saying
eat
nothing.
dinner.
I'm not
They're gonna
saying
go eat
nothing.
Amy's selected dinner.
And at the dinner,
At the
we're
dinner,
gagged because a
William and
certain
Isaiah
brown
come
flower
in.
shows up.
Brown, not a brown
Wearing
flower.
brown, wearing a brown suit,
Right, he
Oh my
was.
God. He
and he
cleaned
looked
And
up a little
good.
bit too. He shaved a little bit. It
and
looked
I
He
knew
looked
good.
we weren't
good.
done with them. I knew we weren't done with them. I was
I
like,
would
I had
be
a
like
feeling they were gonna
disappointed if
come
they
back.
didn't show up. I'm glad they brought all of them back. I was like, oh good.
Yes. And Kazuyuki comes in too,
Hmm.
and I really wanted him to show up with his man.
Right? I was like,
Um,
"Where's the face reveal?" But I
right.
found him. Walker found him. I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Hey
Ooh, is he
Walker.
cute?
Yeah.
He's a little thotty.
Hey. Oh,
Oh, I want to send it to the group
He
chat. I
dresses
need
really
to see.
well. I think you'll
yeah.
like him. Yeah.
His suit
Mm.
actually fits.
Yes. We'll post the picture
You know
in
his
disc.
style.
We'll post it in Discord.
Yeah, yeah,
We'll
yeah.
post it in
You'll
Discord.
like
So
his style
if you're
for
following
sure.
us on Discord, you'll be able to see it. Um,
Mm.
so then Kazuyuki, of course, tells us that he and his ex got back together and they wanted to get back together. They're
So
all
happy
going
for
around talking
them.
about their experience coming to and staying in the house, what motivated them. William never realized he would find someone he loves in the house, which we
All
already
right,
know
girl.
they really do love each other. Like we
Do
established
they?
that a few episodes ago. Um, Jobu talks about his previous relationship. So this is where he really talks about that
Yeah.
and how it was a great memory, but in the past, and being in the house, he was able to move on and find someone new he could move
Hinting at
forward
Taehyun. I was like,
with
all right, girl. All right.
and get
Hmm.
to
All right.
know. Yes. So, which I thought was nice. And they have a cute dinner. They're cheersing. They're doing all of that. Cute.
Yeah, it was fast. It was quick. I mean,
It
the
was
my
very
favorite
quick.
part was they're like, "Oh, have you guys been fighting?" To William and Zion. They're like, "Yeah, every day."
Yes.
Doesn't
Yeah, of
surprise me.
course. Because they're still early in the relationship. So they're going to
I say,
have,
"Yup, Isaiah
there's going
whipping
to be
that
a
man
push and
into
pull.
shape.
Yeah. There's
Got
going to
that
be a
man
I
on a
push
can
and pull.
leash.
change him. That's how Isaiah
Got
is.
that man on a leash. You got him ready." But yeah.
You got something on a leash.
Anyway,
Anyway,
it's short and they're gone in the next day already.
yeah,
They only
next
stayed like the
day,
night.
yeah, the next day the cherry blossoms are blooming and they are all walking in the park.
Hmm.
Wazaya depart holding hands and Kazuyuki leaves. And then back at the house, as in the green room, because they make their way back, Bomi is waiting outside the house for Hue and asks him to
Hmm.
go for a walk where they were on their first date. And it's at night, by the way. And they
This
are
was a long walk.
reminiscing. Huwei's like, if we haven't met here, we may have never met, I guess. It's interesting how like Bomi was like, we could have met elsewhere. Like, you never know. And they
Always
Correct.
did
like,
meet
Correct.
nah, I would have
before.
swerved your DMs
And
some
they
more.
did meet
Probably, but
before.
I'm like, eh, the fuck? You look like
Right.
die, and somebody just didn't crop the picture right, so the
Oh.
Stop.
um,
But yeah, they
this whole
retraced their steps around
yeah.
yeah.
the village or whatever they are. of the
Yeah, and the
town.
conversation is cute. It's like on
I
how
mean,
their
Bomi
feelings
carrying again.
developed.
Yeah.
Right. But at least Hue is talking more.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking about how their feelings develop for each other. And I'm sitting here like, these motherfuckers don't kiss.
And they don't. They
And they
don't.
don't. And
Yeah.
They
then
don't.
Bomi asked Hue to be his first BF, and Hue said he wanted to ask him the same.
I was like, you
And
wanted to, because you didn't.
My God, I thought they
when
were
would
gonna
you
play
have
that.
done
I
so?
thought they were gonna play that Utada song when he said that. I was like, I think I'll be playing that old school song. It's like,
No.
you were always gonna be
Hey, hey,
the
hey. But yeah,
one.
I did enjoy Bomi. Like, he's the one to be like, this is how I felt about you this
Yeah,
whole
yeah.
show,
right.
and I'm slowly getting closer to you. I want you to be my boyfriend. And Hue was just like, yeah, I
I
was
think
thinking
Yeah.
the
it's like
same. Yeah, me
I'm
too.
I'm biased because I'm in a place in my life where I want someone that matches my energy. Like I'm
Mm.
not saying it won't work, but I can understand my bias and being like, dude, you got like so much to give. What are you giving it to this person who just kind of like pulls up a mirror? But sometimes that works and sometimes that's a
Yeah,
balance that
and,
you
and I
want.
think it
So
might work. I think it
yeah.
might work. And then
I wanted a
Hue
bigger moment
does,
here, though.
well, Hue does say, we'll probably go through a lot, but I want to go through it with you. And that is the
Hmm.
best thing this man has said. You
I know, but
know,
Hold
come
on.
on.
Put in a
like,
shirt.
To say that you were also wanting to ask me to be your boyfriend, but then, like, when, girl? You don't talk to me. You don't take the
Never.
initiative. You're not
Can't even
texting
get
me
you
to
a
meet me
get
outside. It's
right.
all me.
Right.
So when
well,
would he have told me?
at
Anyway,
least now we're getting it. And then they do this church hug.
church hug.
Uh,
Bomi's crying. Huey's just like,
It's like, all right,
no
we done here?
kiss.
I'm hungry.
No
like this,
kiss.
no kiss, just a church hug.
Yeah,
Ugh.
I was disappointed. Anyway, next day they're cleaning the house and
They said they got to get that deposit back. Netflix wants
that's
that
right. That's
deposit
right. Netflix is
back.
like, we gave you all, we fed you all good this season. Clean this goddamn
yeah.
house.
I was
Really?
wondering if it was like a Japanese thing to
I think it's just a cultural thing here.
leave the place you came in the way you saw it, not
I
like
mean, I
being
do that even when I stay in Airbnb. I like put
yeah,
stuff
I do the
away. I,
same
I
thing
usually
too.
leave it
Like
nicer than when I got there, to
yeah, I
be
try to at
honest.
least clean up, because
Yeah,
I want a nice review,
that's
I
right.
mean,
I
you
don't want to be
know.
Americans
paying a
would not,
cleaning fee.
never.
Well,
They're gonna be like,
Patrick
I
and I
paid that
do.
cleaning fee.
We're a
Patrick and
little
I do.
special.
But yeah,
Right.
you at least, gather the linens together,
Right, at the very least. Um, and when they meet up in the living room to say their final goodbyes, they all say nice things. Hiroya mentions how it feels so short. Um, Taehan then mentions how he was only in the house for 5 weeks and he settled into the green room pretty easily, even though he was a
Yeah.
little
hmm
apprehensive of what was going to happen. And he loves everyone. He ended up loving
And he's
everybody.
crying too. I
And
was like,
he's
Yeah, it's
crying.
nice.
oh.
And then Balmy tearfully announces that he and Hue are together.
Again, he has to be the one to be like,
Yeah.
guys, me and Hue talked last night. Hue liked me.
Hmm.
Up, like he's like weirdly dictating everything, and Hue's just staring at him
Hmm.
like,
Hmm. And then Hue gets teary-eyed talking about how he feels about Balmy, and he says he is someone very special to me.
that's all he
So
said.
Hue, I do feel as if
He just
Hue
doesn't
really
initiate
likes
anything.
Balmy. Right. And I think he's really into Balmy. And you know what?
But
If it works for them,
you
it
wouldn't
works,
know. You wouldn't
Yeah.
know unless Bomi.
Right, 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 right.
Right. So if it works, it works. I will say I like Bomi and Hue as a couple way more than I like Daishan. But
Well,
again,
because nobody
if it
likes
works,
Shun. Yeah,
right.
Don't say
But
that.
if it
it's
No.
works for
true.
you,
Facts.
if it works for you and you love it and you like it, I love it,
That's
and that's
true.
it.
That's true.
And they
Yeah.
Right.
walked away. Did
Yeah.
they even hold hands for like a
They
second?
kind of did later, which Bomi initiated. And then
No
and
kiss. No
yeah,
kiss.
no kiss. Taehyung was crying tears of joy for Bomi and Hue, which is really
Yeah.
It's
nice.
cute. Yeah.
Everyone was kind of crying, and everyone actually started
Oh,
crying when they were
Hiroya was
leaving.
bawling.
He was
She didn't stop crying
bawling.
to the end.
Right. Taehyung was wiping Hiroya's tears away. Um, and then after Bomi and Hue leave, Tomoaki talks about how he spent a lot of his life not getting close to people. Um, and the house helped him open up and find the courage to come out to his family. And then he started to read the letter he wrote to his parents, to the guys.
Hmm.
And what did
This
y'all
was a
think of
great
that
letter.
letter? Yeah.
This was great. I did enjoy like because you can like read it in his voice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
really, and you can just so tell that it was so genuine and
Yes.
Hmm.
it's so like relatable.
And he was tearing up, and then Hiroya was crying more than
Roy was bawling.
Tomoaki. He was,
Yeah.
yeah,
He was crying
like,
more than Ryuki.
and then even the
Ryuki was
panelists were
like,
crying. I was
Yeah.
like,
It
well,
was really
damn.
sweet.
uh,
It
It
was
was
very
sweet.
sweet, and I don't think I've ever seen the panelists cry that hard before. Like,
Oh, me
yeah,
they get
too.
that
teary-eyed,
guy,
but oh yeah.
that guy
I
was
was
really
really
bawling.
surprised. And then Tomoaki leaves with all those hugs and tears. Everyone hugs him goodbye. Um, I really, really think Hiroya and Tomoaki are going to be friends for life. I really see it. Like they're going to be the best of friends. Like I know it.
I could see it. That's like a nice balance. Ooh,
Yeah,
so,
and I think Horoya is going to learn a lot from Tomoaki, and Tomoaki is going to learn a lot from Horoya. And they're not too far from each other in age as well. So I think it's going to be a beautiful friendship. And I'm rooting for it. And then Tomoaki was struggling to get out the door, which was so funny. Uh,
It's cute.
then Ryuki then says it's time for him to leave, and he mentions that he learned a lot as he came out of a bad relationship
hmm.
and realize that he can find romance. So I think one thing in this show that was not clear about Ryuki's past relationship was he left because it was toxic and he didn't think he would be able to find romance again. And
Even though he says he loves
after,
Mm.
bad boys.
yeah, and this is why he might need to, this is why you don't deal with thugs.
Stop.
But,
Not
but,
that. Oh my gosh.
but I think, you know, him seeing William and Isaiah, him seeing Jobu and Taehan,
Yeah, he has all these
seeing,
representations
yeah,
of.
all
Hmm.
of them are
Hmm.
different, but
Hmm.
they all have romance. So it gives him something to believe in. And
Hmm.
I think that's good. And
I'm
I
glad
think
he got to see
that
that.
plus also he said because of Jobu and Hiroya, he learned that love can come after coming out, despite the fact that
Hmm.
Hmm.
Jobu didn't necessarily come out. He just introduced, but seeing the way that his mom,
That is not
like,
impossible for
yeah,
that
like
familial
there's a
love to be there.
possibility. And then hearing
Hmm.
Hiroya talking about how his family has all been supportive and then
Hmm.
finding the comfort
Hmm.
that even if coming out doesn't work, he has friends from the house he can be with. And he's like crying and laughing at the same time as he's like hugging everyone goodbye. That was the most emotion I think I've seen from Ryuki this whole show.
Yeah. Well, he didn't have
But
much
also the
airtime,
most of we've seen of
unfortunately.
him
Yeah.
in this whole show.
That's true.
Like,
Yeah, 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 exactly.
yeah. And then he leaves, and then Hiroya announces that it's his turn to
Well,
leave.
it was him and Jobu and Taehan, and I was like, all right, who's gonna make this awkward? Like, are they gonna leave Hiroya to be by himself here? No, he has to leave first.
No. Although, didn't they do that last season? Wasn't the last person by themselves?
Who was the last
I think the
person?
I don't
last two people
remember.
were Alan and Kazuto, and they left together
Yeah.
I
for
thought
season
they
one.
like had one person just be by themselves at the
That'd
end.
be crazy. No,
Hmm.
Taehan. Imagine Taehan just walking. He's
That'd be
locking up
so
afterwards.
I could see it.
that'd be so bad.
No.
But Hiroya announces it's his turn to leave. He said he had a great 2 months where he was able to be honest with his feelings and he's excited
Mm.
for what's ahead. This is why, you know what? Hiroya's gonna find a good guy. I know it.
I hope
Like
so.
he's really a good person, and I think he's going to be a good partner to whoever he dates. Um, and I really, I think he's out of everyone on the show. Like, we need to protect Hiroya.
Mm.
Like, and I'm gonna say it, like at all
You can
costs.
protect Hiroya.
Yeah, you
Like,
can
I'm gonna say it at all
use
He
your
costs.
can use
token.
you. I think
Yeah.
he's fine, but I'm really glad that he found friendship. And like
Yes.
I really hope all these gays are still close, just like season one
Yeah.
gang was really close. I hope
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
these
Hmm.
boys are really close together because it seems like they all need that kind of gay friendship, that
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
sisterhood.
need that support. Yeah,
Yeah.
And
And I think
Hiroya, he's not thinking negatively anymore. Like he's definitely
that's
turned a
true.
new leaf,
Hmm.
and I really
she's printed a new leaf, yes.
literally a 3D one. So,
And
um
she
Oh
leaves and she
my.
copies Ryuki's little like, look, guys.
Mm,
It's cute.
last but not least, Taehyun and Jobu. And this is a great conversation that they
I'm
had. And I
glad
love what
Taehyun was
Taehyun
the one
said.
initially.
to wrap up not wrap up this like what's it called?
To pretty
To
much say
to
that,
Conclude.
summarize their
Yeah.
whole
Yeah,
story.
summarize. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. And it needed to happen. And you really got to hear Taehyun's process. And this is kind of what I
His
was
point of
saying,
view
like when it goes
from the
back
first
to,
time he was here.
yeah. And this goes back to what I was mentioning about when he was going through that, dilemma trying to choose between Jobu and Hiroya. Now being able to hear what how he was feeling and why he was kind of conflicted. Well, he wasn't conflicted. He already knew he liked Jobu, but he wasn't sure how much he did by that point. Um, you know, he found himself more and more thinking about Jobu when they
Yeah, he
wanted
was
to
like
have
wanting to have
Yeah.
breakfast.
breakfast with him,
Yeah,
wondering
which
what
is
he's
really cute.
doing,
Very cute.
thinking about him when he
Um,
was working at the truck.
yeah,
Hmm.
chosen for the Sapporo trip and felt like he couldn't leave him alone.
Yeah.
He doubted the relationship after the second overnight trip, and that was because the conversation was so surface. But then
Right.
he missed him when he was gone. But he started feeling more and more positive about Jobu. And tearfully, he said, Jobu, I like you. And then he said, I don't even know why I'm crying. And this is where
Yeah, it
it's
was really
like,
cute.
it was really cute. And it's again like Taehyun is so used to being logical, and the way you feel about someone
Is the
is
way you
not always
feel like
logical. Yeah,
Right,
yeah, like
right,
you
right,
sometimes
know.
you
right.
gotta think with your heart. Like
Hmm.
Yeah,
you don't have to think we barely know each other and it's only
right.
been 5 weeks on the show. Like I shouldn't feel this strongly about you, but like
Yeah. But if you do,
if you
you
do,
do,
you do.
Right,
And
Yeah,
you can see what happens after the show, but
hmm.
don't, analyze super psychoanalyze your feelings like that.
Yeah, I
right.
Just
agree.
Right. And you could see that when Jobu heard that sphincter,
enough.
Jesus. Poor
enough,
Jobu's
his
Enough.
sphincter.
heart,
It's been
his
through so
Enough.
heart
much this
and his
season.
sphincter
It's been through so
definitely
much.
skipped a beat. You
It
could
ain't keeping
Stop.
tell.
anything
Like,
in.
He was doing
mm,
backflips. He was so
it,
happy.
yeah, it was definitely doing it, like for real.
No, no.
And,
Oh my
Jobu started
gosh.
crying tears of joy. And he said, he's happy that he could be himself. So that's why when he said that, that's when I kind of deduced that his previous relationship did not end on the
Yeah.
best terms,
Maybe
because
Hmm.
someone asked him to tone it down or to be,
Yeah.
right.
Oof.
And
Been
Jobu
there.
came in fully
I don't know.
himself and
Yeah.
was accepted as who he is.
Yeah.
And then they kissed and left together, and they were kissing a lot. They
Yeah,
were
They
he
doing
was
all the
were.
kissing
kissing
him up and
that
down the street, and I was
they
like,
were
Baby.
supposed to do. You
Hooey,
know,
take
yeah,
notes, because what
Yeah.
take
happened?
notes.
Correct.
Y'all
Right,
walked away like two bros.
Correct.
right,
Correct. Two
right.
brothers. Ew.
So y'all, there was a lot of growth. Who do
Hmm
you all think grew the most in the show?
Oh, 3D
Hmm.
printer. The name is escaping me.
Hiroya.
Hiroya.
I think Hiroya.
It's
I
2
think
a.m., y'all. We're
Hiroya.
tired. It's 2
I
a.m.
know it is like we're recording at a ridiculous time and falling asleep. I think
Right.
Hiroya grew the most because he was very negative. I can't still say he's like my favorite, but
Hmm.
Mm.
he always seemed maybe combative is not the right word, but I think he
She was
just
like
like
self-sabotaging in the beginning because she
yeah, and
was
not
Yes, he
open up to
was.
others' perspectives. So I think this show really like helped her kind of grow the most. And then I will say, I know I'm biased because I like Jobu, but going back off of the conversation with Taehan, you can tell just like the way Jobu spoke and like dressed and all that, like she got more comfortable as the show got on, like went
Hmm.
on and was more herself, which I really like appreciated. It made me like Jobu more. I was like, oh yeah, like you're like, as somebody that's proudly just being like, this is who I am, deal with it, folks. Like I like that. So
Yeah. Yeah. I was very happy to see that growth. Tomoaki grew a lot too, and especially in a
yes.
short amount of time.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Um, uh, I just love how everyone really spent time learning. Even William and Isaiah, they had a lot of growth in that first half, right?
William had
With
a
each
lot of
Hmm.
growth. Yeah,
William
Yeah,
William had
definitely
William
to
had a
did.
lot. Yeah.
that growth of like people think we hate William and Zaya just because we were
No, we
hating that they
Yeah,
don't.
and
had
I
so much
think
screen time earlier. It's we don't hate anyone on the show.
yeah, no one on this
No,
show
we
is
don't.
like
No.
there's season
We're
one
not switching
there was one person
tunes.
I didn't like, but on
But even
season
on
two I liked
season one, I didn't
everybody.
hate them. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I didn't even hate that person. I just didn't like them. Those are two very
Hmm.
different things, right? But
Anyway,
in
but
this
this season,
one,
like even Will Zaya, there's no
mhm,
hate, but I think yeah, William
no.
definitely grew a bunch.
Yeah, and
Isaiah
there
grew a
are
bunch
people
too.
that do hate Wilzaya. They see both of them as red flags, even though I don't think that's the case.
I think just Netflix was trying to
I don't think
entice
that was
people
it.
in.
I
So the
don't
first, I mean, even the first episode that we saw, like William looked like a red flag if you only saw one episode. But then like you're getting all these little
Mm.
pieces,
right.
episode 1, 3, 7, 9, and then
Yeah,
you
yeah,
get the
yeah.
full story and you're like, all right, these are just people with their own trauma and their own
Yeah, that
backstory
they are
and
still trying to heal from,
yeah.
and I think the people
So I
that
think William grew,
were
yeah,
yeah, definitely. And
the
I think
most
the
for me,
people
yeah.
that are calling both of them red flags are the same people who are the toxic BL fans that
Mm.
only can that see gay men as one dimensional. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, Jonathan.
Say their
Like,
name.
yeah,
Oh.
well, I mean,
Say their
I know,
name.
there's a
I know, I
huge
know, I
group
know.
of people,
Yeah.
and
Hmm.
they're the ones who they they still cannot wrap their head around gay men being diverse and not
Yeah.
being the tropey top bottom BL that they expect.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
And that's the thing, and these two are not like that at all. They are human
Bomi and Hue are not
beings.
like that at all either. Like
Right. And that
these
Bomi
are
and Hue are very different from
Hmm.
William and
very
Zaya. And
different.
they're all
Yeah,
good
yeah,
people,
yeah.
right? And Hue is the kind of guy that clearly needs to learn how to better express himself.
I agree. I
And I
agree.
hope he has off the show.
Yeah,
I
I think
cannot
so.
wait for the reunion. Let's
I
be
Me
know.
honest.
too.
Even though it
Me
takes like
too.
6 months,
No,
but
apparently it's coming out on Friday.
oh my
That's
Yes.
what
God.
Yeah.
that's what I
Like, and
heard.
we're gonna definitely watch the reunion for sure. Not sure if we're gonna do a whole recap episode
Not
on the
sure we can do a recap,
reunion,
Not
but we
on
could.
but we
Maybe
not
are
we'll
on
gonna
see.
Friday. I'm
we could
busy. We
we
can later, but yeah.
We
yeah.
can. We'll see. But yeah, if it's
We'll see.
juicy, we could. We
Yeah.
could.
Yeah, I
Mm.
don't know how juicy it's gonna be.
It's gonna be
Like
like
if
an
it's
hour
gonna be
special.
yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be like Suntorum out of a rosebud. I don't know. But we'll see.
I want a Bomi Hue kiss.
I want
I
to know who
want.
Yes.
stuck together because I'm sure they all didn't.
Oh,
Oh,
I don't
oh.
mean that shady. Like it's been a while. That was April
Will
of
Zaya are
last
still
year.
together for
Yeah.
sure. They're still
Yeah,
together.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah.
are. And I think
But
I
Hue and Bomi, I think they are too, because people
and I
saw them
think
wearing each other's sweaters, their hoodies.
yes,
Mm,
people cop that, and I
They're wearing
do
each other's
think
clothes.
that
Taehan
Jobu
and
and Taehan
Jobu,
are still together.
they're
which would be
traveling together.
nice,
So
Yeah,
but
like I think they're all still together. Which also, can we also point out that out of all the gay dating shows we watch from Asia, this is the first time that three couples have come out.
yeah, I was like, oh my God, there are
It
so many. Because
usually it's
wasn't
just
it one last
one
season?
at
Yeah, there
most.
was.
hmm
Yeah. So, anywho, um, overall, what did you
what
think
would
of
you
the
rate it?
season?
What's your rating? What's your rating?
Yeah, out of 10.
Who,
Let's,
me?
yeah, let's start
Yes.
with you, Patrick.
Oh my God, out of 10? Um, I
Like the whole season.
give it like a 7.58. And I know the only reason I said first of all, it's better. No, I'll give it an 8 because of what would I rate season 1? Because I thought this was better than season 1. My
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
only thing is I think like because what were they like in clusters of 3? Like usually one episode was like slower for me and a lot of talking, which is like I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how do I say this in like a polite way? Am I gonna get in trouble
You're
if I
like, I
say?
want to cut to the
You might as
chase.
well
There was
just say it.
Well, I think a lot of it is, and
a
I
lot
get
of
it because
fluff.
it's no, not even that. It's just a lot of like, y'all need to go to therapy, is what I'm just thinking the whole time because I'm like, that
Mm.
helped
Well,
me. I'm
gays
like,
in therapy. Come on.
yeah, well, I went, it was helpful. Um, so it's just like y'all talking to people that have their own shit to deal with, maybe isn't like always the best thing.
Like it's good to
Um,
have as a supplement, but shouldn't be the main place because the main
correct,
thing you should do
correct,
is have a therapist that could look at your particular relationship objectively,
correct.
unbiased,
I
Yes,
see.
yes.
and
You're like, it was
yeah.
the little of the
Yeah.
blind leading the blind.
Yeah,
But
that's how I
they're
felt with a lot of
supporting.
it.
They're trying to
Yeah, I
find
mean, it's
support in each
supportive in the
other.
sense that they're seeing, they can learn from each other because it's kind of like when you do couples therapy with several couples, you learn
Hmm.
from the other couples with you.
Right, right.
So in a
I
way,
feel like
it's
that's
like, yes,
messy.
but it's also good to do your own work for your own couple,
Yes, and a lot of
just
these
like if
boys
you're,
need their own
yeah,
work.
yeah, and just like if you're doing it just for yourself as well,
Hmm.
Hmm.
So, and I think
Yeah.
so I totally get that. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
would also rate it an 8 out of 10. I really liked this season more than season one. The
Yeah.
season
Hmm.
one had some fun moments, but it they obviously saw that it was turning into like the Daishun show.
Hmm.
And so season two, they had Will Zaya leave early, so the
Which
Yeah.
rest
it
of the
was great.
house can
I
have
agree. That
moments
was
together.
good.
We can
Yeah.
have a B
And
plot and a C
hmm
plot like fully flushed out.
Hmm.
So
yeah.
Yep,
And
and
like we
make
said
it two
before, we
months
don't
instead of a
hate
month.
them. Right. We
Right.
don't hate them, but it's like every time they get the like
but
you know what
it
they're
was
gonna do.
getting
I don't want to see
repetitive.
them. Right. I don't want to see this again. I know
Right.
they're
Because then it
good.
gets
They were
Let
taking up
boring.
them
screen time,
go.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, and it gave the opportunity for everyone else to shine. And I am, you know what?
Yeah,
This is going to be a little wild for
what's your
me as
rating? I want
someone
to
who
know.
watches reality TV.
Oh, 10 out of
This is
10?
this is a 9 out of 10 for me.
Ooh.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Kevin's
and
highest rating
yeah,
recently.
and this is someone who has been watching everything from Flavor of Love
Oh my God.
to Rock of Love to Housewives and, Love Island and Too Hot to Handle. So comparing it to every single reality TV show that I've watched, it's definitely a 9 out of 10. It's done very well. There are parts that are keeping it away from being a full 10 out of 10, but compared to the previous season, they made improvements, which
Yes,
made
they
it
did.
more interesting. Um, and I'm hoping that they surprise us next season as well.
Hmm.
Um, in
Season
ways not,
three,
yeah. And this is where season three is going to be the hard one. Because
they have to
now you've
top
had,
what they did. Yeah.
Right.
yeah, and the issue is going to be finding the right people.
Hmm.
And now it's going to
And make
be
sure that
this.
they're not all mutuals that have hooked up before.
Well,
No,
they're
that
not
was
going to be
kind of
able
fun.
to. Well, no, they should do that. But
Yeah, I think they should
the
do it too.
issue is that as someone who's watched a lot of reality TV, when you get to season three, that's when you start getting more people who perform
Oh, that
instead
are
of being
just
themselves
That's
fame
true. It's
because
hungry.
they've
true.
seen a lot.
This
They've
show gives
already
you
seen.
nothing though. This show,
Here's the
no one's
thing.
popping off this show with
Not
their
yet.
own
It's
whatever.
Not
early though.
yet.
It's
That's what.
I
early.
see.
That's yeah. Because see,
That's
the
what
first
Kevin's saying.
season,
Yeah.
yeah, the first season, they're the blueprint. They don't know what they're doing because it's all new. So they're just going to be as close to themselves as possible.
Hmm.
And then same with season two. Like, yeah, they have an idea, but they still don't know what to do, and which is
Right.
why production had to change a few things to keep it a different experience than the first one. So production is going to make changes season three for sure.
Season three gonna be
But the
the
thing
gay
is,
Japanese insta baddies there for
Oh man,
some insta
I would
yeah,
live
and
followers
that's
for
and
it.
some.
probably what's going to happen is you're going to get a mix of people who, a ton of people who've already seen the show, and already know what to expect. And you're going to have the people, and when
that
I
are
say
gonna give you a show.
performing, they're going to be the people who are going to try to be the star of the show.
I want Frankie Grande's, but Japanese.
Like I say
Ollie
this
London.
as I say this as like now in the later seasons of like Real Housewives of Atlanta, you
Hmm.
have people who are there because the show's been on so long that their goal is to be the star of the show. So they're all
Hmm.
competing to be that star and not necessarily being themselves. And that's where with the dating show it's going to get kind of complicated because now you got to weed out those who are there actually looking to build a
Right, I agree.
relationship and those who are there to become popular on TV, you know.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Yep.
Anywho, with that
Speaking
said,
of popular,
it is time for us to say sayonara. That is it for this bonus episode of RyCanTopMyKnee. If you like what you're listening to or watching, like and subscribe before I put my knee in the top of your ass. And Patrick, many thanks for joining us again.
Yes, thank
to
you,
complete the
Patrick.
Messy
Thank you,
Trinity.
everybody.
Yes, indeed.
it's been a hoot and a holler.
A hoot and a holler and a
hope
hole.
the Jobu in your life crawls into your sheets in your knee.
Sure.
Get yourself some
Bye-bye.
Amy's lasagna and you bag the man.
my
Stop
That's what
it.
we learned. Well, you know you can always 3D print a couple of sheets.
No,
Okay.
no.
Good night.
Bye, y'all.
Goodbye.
Stay
Bye,
tuned
bye.
for more from us in the future.
Yes.
Stay tuned,
That's right.
stay
New
tuned.
season comes out in
Season 3 of
end
us
February.
comes soon.
That.